extra stuff and you're already comfortable. So there's not this hoop or hill that you need to the hoop you need to jump over, or the hill that you need to climb to get to the place of vulnerability, to let go of your bravado and your ego, and like let her fully see you. Like you're fighting Fatima to get to that place that you're already at with Connie. Meanwhile, she has additional drama, so it like almost equally matches of like, okay, you got to deal with her and she got to deal with yours, versus Fatima not really having much of nothing for you to have to unpack and deal with, and she got to come and keep bulldozing all of your shit into y'all duplex. The more I
Yep.
speak on it, I'm like, damn, it's given he needs to be with Connie, a woman that
To
cares for
even,
you deeply, a woman who
yep.
is invested in you as a person and wants to see you win, doesn't want to just take advantage of you because you got a little bit of money. She understands spirituality to a certain extent. She was speaking about gratitude, and you ain't living the life that you could be living. She not trying to take advantage of you. She ain't go run out all your damn gas when you gave her the car. But she got three
Oh,
kids, and you got two. One on the
and
way. I'm sorry, you got one and one on the way.
you got one in the possible, okay?
I don't know. The math is starting to
And
math.
it's nothing. And then even he doesn't even operate in bravado when he's around her. He doesn't even display that trait. He's just Zach. You know what I'm saying? Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but the more you talk about it and the more you really examine it, it's like that's your match right there, baby.
Yeah, cause I'm just a big advocate now for us not having to subscribe to struggle love. Like some things, yes, you have to work hard to get, but it shouldn't be every damn thing, and it shouldn't be every part of your relationship.
No, no, struggle love is not it. Struggle love is not it. But no,
And he's already showing like it's not a struggle with Connie. Even when Connie's being inappropriate and blurting out stuff and putting him in compromising positions, he ain't getting angry. He can handle that. Like he jumps immediately to jealousy with Fatima. He jumps immediately to frustration with Fatima. And it's just like this don't have to be this hard for you. And clearly there's a level of ease. So like let's go with the ease. You got plenty of other
yeah,
things that's hard.
absolutely.
Y'all, I got a
So,
poll up in the chat of if you guys think that Zach should be Bakani. Go ahead and place a vote so we can see what y'all are thinking as well. Before we jump into this video, I have to let you know that this video was created during the 2023 WGA and SAG after strikes. Without the labor of the writers and actors currently on strike, the series being covered here wouldn't exist. Through the duration of these strikes, my company and I stand in solidarity with both unions and are refusing paid opportunities presented by struck companies such as the 8 major Hollywood studios. Content created on Erica Vane platforms are independent of any struck company and not created in promotion of said company. Articles, videos, and audio posts are created in critique of the media in support of the artists who created it. It is important that you, the audience, know that these strikes are a result of corporate greed. The writers and actors have been victimized by major studios for quite some time, and the time is now to demand fair pay and working conditions, standardized practices across streaming business models, and other terms that will ensure the pipeline for new aspiring creatives remains open and viable for years to come. At this time, neither union is calling for a boycott of any television or film content. If you would like to support either or both unions, consider donating to strike funds, walking local picket lines, and using your social media platform to amplify messages delivered daily by union members and leaders. Links to official websites and more information can be found in the description box down below. Videos explaining both strikes and continual strike news can be found on Erica Vane TV. Now let's get into it. Okay. Can you hear me, Ellie? Clicking sound. Is there sound now? Are y'all good?
Yeah,
Ellie,
yeah,
you
I
can
hear
talk
you
too because
now.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
No, I cannot hear you right now. All I did was restart my audio.
Can you still not hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Okay.
Still no sound?
Somebody said you good. Can hear you, Erica. Can you guys hear me too?
I just restarted the audio software, so.
Okay, they say we good. We
Hey
good. We good.
Terry. And I love how you wrote that out. Terry. Be clear. You can hear the both of us. Welcome
Okay,
in,
good, good,
subby.
good.
Okay, we coming in crystal clear. Everything good? Can y'all see us clearly? Can you hear us clearly? Can you see us clearly? Because this is about to be one for the record books. I'm feeling. You can hear both of us. No echoes, no issues. Like, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Please.
So, like, let's go ahead back to the top, right? It's your good sis. You let her talk TV with my good sis.
Allie Nick, giving it to you when I give it to you, but always in the nick of time.
Okay, and we're here for the final Zatima edition of our Sister's Keeper. Okay, we're going to be talking about episode 19 and 20, which premiered at midnight on BET Plus. And it definitely gave cherry on the top of a pile. But we're going to break it down. And we're going to get into every nook and cranny of it. Y'all, it's a little bit different around these parts. We are going to invite some of you guys to chat with us, especially because this is the final conversation about Zatima specifically. But when you come up, y'all got 60 seconds to take your plane off, fly your plane around, and then land that hoe. And then also watch your language because YouTube is coming at me because we all dropping too many you know what bombs. So we need to self-censor tonight, okay? Even though Miss Allie Nick, it's her birthday tomorrow. We gonna ring in her birthday the first. Well, hopefully we can get in and get out. But I don't know how this is finna go. Allie's birthday is creeping up on us. Allie's the only one to get free reign tonight. Allie get to say whatever the hell she want. It's her birthday.
Oh.
We gonna turn up.
Okay, yes, we are.
So we first things first, happy early birthday, Allie Nick official.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's giving glowing. It's giving just.
Yes. Thank you. And Jamira, go ahead and get them locks, sis. Go ahead and get them. I be advocating. Go ahead and lock up.
Yeah.
I saw your comment.
All right, so y'all can go ahead and drop your initial thoughts about the episode in the chat so that we can go ahead and read them out before we go ahead and get into it. Allie, do we want to go back to the format? How are you feeling? Because I'm gonna follow your lead tonight. Are we gonna give a little overview? What we doing?
Let's just go. Let's just go.
Okay, we going.
Let's just dive in. Thank you everybody for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it.
Yes.
And to everybody who celebrated a birthday in September and upcoming birthdays, happy birthday to y'all.
Listen here, this is the last day of Virgo, right?
Yes, closing out the Virgo season. Closing out Virgo season.
Come on, my Virgo sister. All right, so we jumping right on into it. I don't even know what that means, Allie, because if I was off the top of my head jumping right to it, it's gonna be me jumping to the goddamn end.
Let's go.
Fatima's pregnant.
Fatima is pregnant. Fatima, I told Erica this, and I'm gonna keep it cute because I don't want my good sis to get demonetized on this video. I want her to make whatever she's supposed to make, so I'm gonna try to keep it cute and clean. I said the F word. I said the F word. The F word. I said the F word. I said the F word so many times watching episode 20. I said the F word so many times watching episode 20. I said the F word so many times watching episode 20. I said the F word so many times watching episode 20. I said the F word so many times watching episode 20. I said the F word so many times watching episode 20. I said the F word so many times watching episode 20. I said the F word so many times watching episode 20. I said the F word so many times watching episode 20. I said the F word so many times watching episode 20. I said the F word so many times watching episode 20. I said the F word so many times watching episode 20. I said the F word so many times watching episode 20. I said the F word so many times watching episode 20. I said the F word so many times watching episode 20. I said the F word so many times watching episode 20. I said the F word so many I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I couldn't believe that Fatima's ass was actually happy about being pregnant from ZAC. I was just like, what is going on? Are we in the Twilight Zone? Is Fatima daydreaming like Karen when she thought she shot? I'm not understanding this. I was like, truly, Fatima is a effing clown. Like, and you know what? I used to say this all the time. I used to say, you know what? Fatima is just like the rest of the sisters. She's no better than them. They all pretty much at the same playing field. But I'm gonna take that back. She's actually worse.
You think?
She's actually worse because when you think about the scenario of this situation, Zach just found out that he has a 3-year-old son he didn't know about. There's a strong, and he got to deal with that situation. There's a strong possibility that Karen is carrying his child, and you're actually happy that you're pregnant by him. In what world would you want to bring a child into the situation? And you're happy about it, and you tell him at the damn law firm while he's watching the old VHS tape of his mama leaving him. And Tyler, what the hell was you thinking? This don't even make no sense. And he was so happy.
Shout out to Miss Mamas who told me on my episode 20 breakdown, because I had those ready, locked and loaded for y'all top of the day. Okay. Shout out to Miss Mamas who told me that me laughing all throughout the episode 20 breakdown made her teeth itch. I hope you watch it tonight, and I hope you ready to scratch them mofos, because
scratch. That's all I can say.
This? What, like,
what is going on?
What you said, Ellie? She's happy about it. There's not a
happy.
It's like,
you think I'd be a good father more than you'll ever, more than you know. What? Wait. What happened?
Oh my god.
For those who don't watch the team, I think there's some people in here who don't watch the team. At the end of episode 20, Fatima revealed to Zach that she's pregnant. And they're happy about it. I said, when did you become pregnant? When did you take a test? I have so many questions because I'm beginning to look. I already looked at Fatima sideways. I'm looking at her even more sideways because the Val made it known to the entire Twitterverse that season 2 part B of Zatima takes place before Sister season 6. So if that's the case, Fatima was pregnant when she barged her happy ass into Karen's apartment and told Karen, the only thing that's keeping me off you is that baby in your stomach. Well, sis, what about your baby? You don't care what happened to your child? Didn't we see Fatima drinking at the bar? But you pregnant? I have so many questions. Erica, I'm trying not to say that. I'm trying to be cute and clean. But the effery that took place in this episode here was astounding. It was absolutely astounding. The fact that Jeremiah touched me more than anybody on this show did says a hell of a lot. It says a hell of a lot.
Oh my god.
The fact Zach is an asshole. The fact that his mama is dead in that bed and he had the audacity to tell that woman, you selfish? What? Girl. I said, Zach, she's selfish. She dead and gone. She can't even hear you. She's selfish. Zach made me so mad. Zach told everybody that all Jeremiah wanted was his mama check. He didn't give 2 days how this man felt. He just want her check. No, that wasn't that. No. No. You baby mama number 3. That's right. Sis Jackie, I said, that's right. How you happen to be baby mama number 3 while baby number 2 still cooking?
Yo.
Why are you happy? I just, As I said, Fatima is worse than Danny, Andy, Karen, and Sabrina. She can't say jack about them. She can't say jack about them.
Ellie, I
And
already
as
am
you said,
unhinged and cannot, like, the thought of episode 20, I just cannot keep it together. Oh my God.
what are we supposed to do with this information? What are we supposed to do? I can't wait till Karen find out that Fatima is pregnant. I can't wait to see her face. She gonna be hurt. Fatima should be hurt. You let this happen. You ain't never going back to school. You ain't never going back to school.
She's never going back.
You ain't gonna never be a lawyer. Oh, girl. Tyler Perry is literally handing out babies like Oprah was handing out cars.
Tyler Perry is unhinged.
Baby.
It's the
When Tyler
Project
ain't got
Twins
nothing
for me. It's
yes.
the Project Twins. I did not think Tyler had it in him. I really didn't. And I underestimated you, Tyler. That's on me. That's on me.
I just can't.
Y'all.
I just can't.
I just, like we had a whole little news cycle last week, right? Where Tyler was telling black women what needs to happen for them to be happy in love on Crystal Podcast. And now with these episodes, it's giving, he got the keys to life. Like, if you and your old lady beefing, your old man beefing, and that's terms for your significant other, all that need to happen for everything to be clean slate is your mama to die and for him to impregnate you. It's like Control-Alt-Delete. Y'all.
That's what it's giving.
That's all we gotta do. All we gotta do is let your mama die and you get pregnant. And whatever issues you got with your man, girl, they gone. They gone.
Magically disappear.
You good. You cool, they lie. It's turn up time. It's husband time. It's all good in the hood. So just make your amends and say your goodbyes to your mama if you beefing with your man and get pregnant. Then life is good. What Future say? Life is good.
Life is good. Life is good when death abounds.
Oh my God. Y'all, this is just so unhinged.
This was the most, and forgive me, because if you're on this live and because I've seen a lot of comments saying how they were touched with these 2 episodes, how much it really, how it made them feel emotionally. And I'm like, I think I'm a pretty simple, compassionate woman. So I didn't feel nothing. Not a thing.
Episode 19, I felt a little bit bad for Zach, but again, I was battling with feeling also very bad for Fatima. Feeling like Fatima was placed between a rock and a hard place to show up for this man in this very terrible time while he's grieving, and then literally have to put all her issues aside because there's more pressing issues in his mama's death, right? But I could not fully give my emotions to Zach because of how like a bull in a china shop he was for himself. And it just felt like more of the same. I get that your mama dying is a very huge thing, and typically it would be all about you, but because their whole entire relationship has been all about Zach, I literally just watched episode 19 with concern for Fatima of like, girl, this is nothing new to you. Like, you're literally switching back into this mode like it's nothing, but it's something. It matters. And then for us to arrive at episode 20 and she ain't got a concern in the world except for when Connie hugs Zach. Y'all peep it? Y'all peep the...
Let me clear my throat.
Y'all peeped it? So there's still some insecurity there, but we're running around acting like everything is all good. You're going to be a great father. You're going to be a great husband. How? He hasn't learned to communicate. He hasn't actually apologized. He hasn't taken accountability for any of the shit that he's put you through, and you're going to give him a baby? Another baby?
Another baby.
But that's gonna fix it. So where everybody in the chat that was hollering about Karen, that baby ain't gonna save y'all. That baby ain't gonna fix y'all. That baby ain't gonna do nothing. I can't hear you. Y'all still in the chat? Like,
They no, they left. They left.
cause Fatima, is
They
this baby
left.
gonna fix y'all? Is it gonna save
No.
y'all? Is it gonna reset your relationship so that he actually considers you? Or has it
No.
now gave you the clink clink and you ain't going no damn where he will forever have a hold on you? Fatima just basically walked her ass into jail with a smile on her face, and you know what? By golly, Miss Smiley, do your thing. Do your thing, 21. I release her. Cause I can't. I can't. Mm-mm.
I um it is so hard. Like I just have so many questions. So many questions, so many
Ridiculous.
it's just so many things that are really like I have so many questions and I know they're not gonna get answered, but it's so many that's tying into Sisters, the first 11 episodes that we saw, and the things that happened on Zatima that it's just not making sense. Cause I'm like, if she was pregnant when Zach was like, "Oh, I knew, I should have known you was gonna come over here." Not once did he make any reference to him being concerned about Fatima acting a certain way while she's carrying his child, or there was just no references to that. And I'm just like, so it doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I
And
don't understand
I
it.
think the most unhinged part about this whole thing is that I'm not even mad at, like, low key, I'm not mad that this is where Tyler's going. I'm mad that he's going there hyper speed and literally ignoring all the rules of storytelling and just deciding that this is what we're gonna do and it has to work, and it doesn't work. It makes absolutely no sense.
Right.
Like you
It
said,
doesn't.
there are so many things that happen in episodes 1 through 11 of season 6 of Sisters, and whether he wanted to allude to it or give it away or not, I get not wanting to give it away, but you could have planted Easter eggs if you did this right. Like, I love that when
Correct.
I am watching a television series and things are planted in the episodes prior, and then you find out something later, and then you go back and you're like, oh my God, I should have realized. That is, to me, some of the, like, very small but beautiful joys of watching really great television. There was
Yeah.
nothing. Nothing.
Nothing. She didn't even throw. She had no morning sickness. She had not even, I have a concern. I'm gonna go to the doctor because I have been feeling a little fatigued, or I haven't been feeling myself. Like it was nothing. It was Fatima, same old, same old. Now all of a sudden she pregnant, and I know some people were saying how like she made a statement. I think on Sisters that she had heartburn, or something was going on with her smell or something like that. And I'm like, nigga, how far along are you? Heartburn, heartburn.
Heartburn
So
comes in
I'm
like
like,
6 months, anywhere between 4 to
that's
six
what I'm
months.
saying. That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, and I think that's the thing that pissed me off about Tyler. I'm not upset that Fatima is pregnant. Let me not say that.
Yeah.
Like you said, if he would have, that's what I said. That's all. Like, let me not say that. If like you said, if he would have waited till like a season or a half later than this, because my whole thing is, what's the rush?
Mm-hmm.
What's the rush? And I hate, and I think one of the things that irritate me too about Zatima is the constant, even though Karen's name might not be mentioned, it's the constant strays that she gets on this show with Nate, and that apology that he gave to Fatima, and then brought up the other women in Zach's life as if, oh, nobody else could do this but you. Oh, and I think Tony, like, I'm so glad you're with him. And I'm just like, the pandering to Zach and Fatima is nauseating,
And unrealistic.
unrealistic. And the fact that I think you either said this, you were alluding to this, how and someone stated in the comment as well, everything that we've seen Zach do, ZAC has yet to apologize to Fatima. Yet everybody has to cower to ZAC and apologize to him and show him such enormous amounts of grace and compassion and sympathy, yet he gives it to nobody else. I think the fact that he was making points about his brother wanted his mom's check and he was so adamant about that, and I'm like, Zach, you're wrong. Like nothing that Tyler presented to us showed that Jeremiah wanted his mom's check. He kept saying, that's my mama. I want my mama. And then furthering his narrative is that he believes his mother is the only person who truly loved him, and now she's gone. Now he doesn't have anyone that loves him. And I know Zach, I think Zach said, I love you, bro. But I'm like, Zach, how disconnected have you been? Because Zach made a statement that this man has children. So these your nieces and your nephews, you ain't did dilly squat. I'm just having a time. I'm just really having a time. And to tell somebody they selfish on their darn bed.
I didn't even pick up on that, but like that's a very valid point. For me, Tyler was just pulling so much out his period. So if you're curious, because people are very upset about me laughing, and I don't know what you want me to do. I am only human. And this is buffoonery. The way that Tyler told this story is literal buffoonery, and I cannot do nothing but laugh. And it's not to laugh at women in Fatima's predicament. It's not even honestly to laugh at Fatima. It's the fact that we're literally now clearing the slate as if nothing ever even happened without addressing anything. And it's almost like, honestly, I'm laughing because it really feels like Tyler thinks we're all stupid.
Yes.
And he don't have to address certain things. He doesn't have to close storylines. He don't have to plug plot holes. And it's
Correct.
like, no, sir, yes, the hell you do. If you got my time, I'm sitting up here giving you my energy and my time to watch this damn show, and you just gonna start pulling shit out your ass?
Definitely does that.
Like, and to take it to give y'all an example that this applies across the damn show, not just specifically for Fatima and the pregnancy announcement, but where in the hell did Gary come from? Zach made a point of saying that he did not want to do any business with Gary. Bryce said, don't worry about it. This is me and you. But you also writing checks for a deal that he said that he didn't want to do from Zach's business account, but you're saying that you're doing it with Gary. You didn't think it was going to come back on him, and you are all hell bent and going into a fit of rage. It's giving very much so abuser. It's giving very much so something is wrong with your ass. Borderline schizophrenic, but I ain't a psychiatrist, so I can't diagnose your ass. But it's giving something that's wrong up there because you over in Angela's house losing your damn mind, turning into the devil incarnate behind this money because you got bills to be paid after 3 hours of some funds being frozen. Meanwhile, you're supposed to be more financially well off than Zach. You've been more financially well off than Zach. Y'all literally split the money, or you're splitting your time and y'all put in together for this, but you decide to use y'all's mutual bank account to do a deal with Gary. But you didn't want it to come back on Zach, and you can't give Zach time with his damn mama, who's also dead on a bed, like Allie said. You can't give him time with his mama because you need your bills paid, but the moment that you realize that this might be your fault, you can call your daddy and he can make it disappear. Tyler Perry, play in somebody else's face and play with something safe, but don't play with me. Because no. That to me is an example of how none of this makes sense. So much of this is convenient and very much so arbitrary, and it's laughable. It's truly laughable. So for all of y'all getting y'all panties in a bunch in the comment section about why Eric is laughing, because I got all these comments. What's so funny? I don't see what's funny. You ain't gotta see it.
Y'all missing it. We got Bozo the Clown. We got Homie the Clown. We got Bozo and Homie the Clown as a couple. And they little rugrat supporting cast friends. What's there not to laugh about? This is, and I think for me too, because of course Karen's name is being thrown around a lot on Twitter and Facebook streets. But I find it interesting, and it makes me, I understand, because Karen has this same thing. When you feel or believe that you're pregnant by someone and you still have love for this person and you want to make it work. You want to have a family with this person.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a concept that I can definitely understand. The same way with Fatima, you're pregnant by ZAC, Jesus, and you want to make it work. You want your family. That concept I do understand. Unlike Karen, she's not with ZAC. Fatima is in a relationship, or on again, off again relationship with ZAC. And the fact that Fatima did not deem it as of utter importance to have certain conversations with ZAC. I know he's going through what he's going through. But my thing is that you made it appear that because this is happening, everything has been cleared. Everything has been voided. We're together. I got you, because I personally believe you can be there for someone and help them do what they do without adding romantic implications to it. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's where Fatima messed up. There was no need for her to kiss him when she was at the hospital. There was just no need for that. And you can deny him in a way that's respectful, that won't cause a scene. But because his mother has passed away, I just don't see how that equates to making everything all right. I don't understand how, and I always bring this up because I had a back and forth with somebody earlier, and it was like, well, unlike Karen, ZAC has never cheated on Fatima. I said, well, this is my thing. ZAC had every intent to cheat on Fatima.
Mm-hmm.
He had an intention and he acted on that intention. He just couldn't get hard. But he went there to the woman who he loves so much, the woman who he want to spend the rest of his life with and start a family with. This is the same woman who ZAC didn't think twice about cheating on.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no change with ZAC. There is the fact that he could do that, you just couldn't perform. That means you ain't have no clothes on. Connie didn't have no clothes on. You went to do what you did. You just weren't able to fulfill the prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
um it's like, no, it's just I just don't understand Fatima's happiness in this. Like, this is behavior that I just definitely didn't expect of her. It really isn't.
Yeah, so and that's the part that I'm like a little bit torn on, right? Because
Hmm.
while I feel like she knows the implications of this, I understand. Do I understand, or am I just trying to be? let me process real quick. Okay, so whether you plan it or not, for the most part, I think women get excited just with being pregnant and the possibility and the I don't know the word. I don't have the words right now for it. But like there's something to be said about that. Then when you add on women of a specific age, right? And if you think that you can't have kids anymore, specifically, she has the backstory of having an abortion that she kind of was basically coerced into having.
Hmm.
So that adds another layer to it. So I am not as annoyed with her being happy. I'm annoyed with her being happy alone. I'm annoyed with there being no array of emotions. I'm annoyed with there being so much so called joy with not an ounce or a look of concern, given the circumstances that she has very really, like, recently been in. To act like
Yeah.
everything is completely fine and everything is going to be fine, because I think that's something that comes with pregnancy or with the idea of bringing a child into this world, is if you're going to get it right, if you're going to be a good mom, if this is the right circumstance, if this is the right time, how are you going to do this, especially if this is your first time? And we didn't get none of that. We literally
Correct.
only got optimism and joy, as if they didn't just spend the last 8 episodes beefing. Very rarely.
Yeah.
As if you didn't spend the last 3 nights with another man. Huh? Again, this shit is
Yes.
laughable. Like, what? What are we talking about?
Oh my god.
It's truly laughable. So that's the thing. Like, I don't have a problem with her being happy because I think it's natural, even in the most toxic situations. Like, child, I'm from Baltimore, and me and my cousin have some kind of weird ass obsession with keeping up with what the hell Krishan is doing. And I look, and she's a great
Oh.
example, right? Like, she's just a great example of, like, she had very real moments of, like, now her and Blueface are cool, and she's having very real moments of joy, but then she's also having real moments of, like, what is wrong? What am I doing? And I think that Tyler is not only robbing his characters, but he's also robbing his audience of the full experience and the actualization of these people that he's created, because he's made them all very one note.
Very much so. Very much so.
How y'all feeling about Fatima pregnancy? Let us know in the chat.
Oh, please. I can't wait to read these. Happy about it yet.
Hmm.
I haven't seen anyone that's actually happy or for it.
Let me drop a poll real quick.
DNC greatness talking about some heck. It could be Hayden's. Y'all a trip.
You know what? And see, I'm trying. I'm trying to keep a little bit of integrity about myself and
Mm-hmm.
stand 10 toes down and, like, not try to put the oppressor, the abuser, the bully through what they put you through. So I don't want Fatima to experience all that Karen has experienced, but I'm also like, what about now? What it it's giving
Okay.
who the daddy? Cause y'all hollering about Rico. Y'all hollering about Rico. What about Hayden?
Okay, so if we hollering about Rico, we gonna holler about Hayden. Cause clearly she didn't have sex with Rico in that time frame. Clearly Fatima ain't had sex with Hayden in that time frame, but who knows what rabbit Tyler gonna pull out his behind. Who knows?
And honestly, Allie, I can't. Like, this is really, I am not an aficionado in the Tyler Perry universe, but I was
Mm-hmm.
watching If Loving You Is Wrong. And when I tell you that man pulled so many goddamn rabbits out his hat with that show, and I can't do it again. I will jump off the boat before I go down this road again. I really will.
I think I done jumped off. I think I done jumped
Of
off
sisters in
the
general?
Zatima.
Oh.
No.
Okay, I'm talking about
No.
sisters. Like, all of it. The
Oh, of
whole
the whole thing.
universe.
Of the whole thing. Okay.
But I understand there's a team. I understand that. Because if this wasn't the
I
last
think that
episode, I think I would have stopped.
I think that for me, because I have gotten to that place with sisters several times where I'm like, you know what? And it go back to something that you stated a little earlier because I felt like Tyler was insulting my intelligence. Like I just felt like I'm just one of those individuals. I do enjoy the drama, but I love intelligent writing.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say intelligent writing, I'm not meaning that you're writing above people's heads or, you're using words that people have to use a dictionary to find. Like when I think about intelligent writing, I instantly think about Insecure. To me,
Mm-hmm.
that was intelligent writing. It was great storytelling. Even the minor characters. they had great stories. And so for me, when I think about Sisters, it's because I actually do care about the characters, but I had to make my reviews humorous. Other than that, I would have stopped reviewing. I would have stopped watching it
Mm-hmm.
because it's so repetitive and it's so like what story are you trying to tell? Like there's so much drama compiled up in this short amount of time. And even when you think about it, on Sisters, we've only seen at the most 8 weeks of their lives. And
Mm-hmm.
think about everything they have been through in those 8 weeks. It's like, come on, dude. Like, come on.
That's
And
real.
so I had to change, like, because you could hear my frustration and my irritation, and I had to change and make it fun and make, because that's the only way I could do it. But so I do understand how you feel about it, because it's getting to that point where it's like, he'll say, my audience knows my voice, and it's like, you damn right. And I think that's why so many people had an issue with what Tyler Perry said, because when I think about what he said, I think he's talking about ZAC. I think ZAC is the dude
Mm.
that he's talking about. If you got a good man that's gonna love you and can take you out to eat every now and then and pay a light bill, work with him, because that's the man that's meeting you at your work. That is a lie for Alicia, from the pits of hell, because I think the poster child of Tyler's comment was ZAC before the money. So he's done, and it
Mm.
makes me feel like that even more, because he writes ZAC, who is void of taking responsibility and accountability and truly apologizing for his actions. How does he get off? How is he the character that gets off from dealing with self but can spew that to other people? You can call other people selfish. You can say, oh, my brother only wants her money. You have nieces and nephews who you don't even see. And you only got one sibling. How?
Yeah.
How is that? Like the more and more and I think the more I watch Zatima, which I already don't like ZAC, but the more I watch Zatima, I can't stand him. Like I literally cannot stand him, because I'm like, how are you so hard on people, or how do you hold or esteem people to such a level of prestige that you don't hold yourself to that same standard? You just really don't, and that's all I see with him. And I'm just like, I can't do it. I cannot do it with that. That's why I think I'm just appalled by the fact that Fatima is pregnant by this person. And it's like, don't you want better? You didn't want better for yourself. Like, you're happy, as they said in the chat. You happy being baby. I'm just gonna say Karen Child is his until we find out otherwise. You're happy being baby mama number 3. You made so much of a fuss about his baby mamas. Now you won. You're not a wife. You a baby mama. Hell, yeah, you a baby mama. Just because that called you his wife at the hospital don't make you his wife. So it's just,
And I was about to fake apologize to anybody who gets offended because I cannot think about it without laughing. But I am not sorry. Because like, what can you say to what you just said, Allie? Points were made. Points were made. Like, I don't know. I've read a bunch of comments where people were talking about how they feel like basically ZAC is Tyler, or like Tyler has this like very interesting fixation with the ZAC character because I don't know if it's tied to him or who presumed himself to be prior to the money or whatever. I don't really get fully into all of that. Like, I think that people make very real criticisms when it comes to
hmm
colorism, when it comes to what we're purporting for women to accept and not accept. I try my best to like keep a certain level of distance and just look at the media for what it is, but it gets to points like this and you're just like, this is very intentional. These are very clear choices. It's almost like you have to make an extra effort to make these specific character choices and story choices because the easier thing is to do the most sensible thing. But we're doing the most illogical shit
Yes.
ever. So, like, this has to be for a reason.
Yeah.
You have to be trying to
Yeah.
say something.
Yeah. Yeah. It's some deep stuff. I thought about this a little shift, but I think there was a clip, and I think me and you talked about it offline, and I was like, "Did ZAC mom die?" And you was like, "Girl," I think we talked about this on the last time. You was like, "Girl, I don't know," because and they edited the clip because ZAC was like, "I haven't lost anybody I love like this, not even my mom." But they cut it. They cut that out. So when the episode aired, that part wasn't said. And it makes me wonder, like going back to, I know ZAC is, he want to be with Fatima, and now she's pregnant. But it made me think about like I think that with Karen and with Fatima, the Lord, I'm gonna say Tyler and DeVal, ZAC places them in a position of mother. Mm-hmm. Because for you to lose your mom, but then on Sisters, you tell Fatima, because his mom already died when we get to Sisters. You tell Fatima that one of the reasons why you responded the way that you did with Karen is because you never lost someone that you loved like that, not even my mom, which lets me know you esteemed Karen on a level that you didn't even do your mom. Mm-hmm. That's deep. Like, that's a deep, deep, deep thing for any person to say. I thought that was like, wow. And then when they were at the house on Zatima, I can't remember the exact statement that Fatima gave him, but she was like, you're gonna be great something, and he was like, wow, my mom never even said that. And I'm like, how did we get here?
Allie,
how did we get here?
when I tell you that shit chapped my ass so bad, it chapped my ass with him saying that.
I didn't get it. It was
Mental
something.
and emotional manipulation aside, because you co-opting your
Okay.
mama's death to coerce your girlfriend back into a relationship with you is some whole other sick shit, right? But we gonna put that aside.
Yeah.
It's on the side. Y'all see it? It's on the
side. Yeah.
But then, in the moment that you've created this circumstance for her to either conform to your coaxing affirmation and praise out of her, or shit on you and make you feel worse, and she decides to do the positive thing, in that you twisted in your brain to be like, oh yeah, I really needed this. My mama never even gave me this. And she still didn't. And she never will.
Correct.
Fatima is not your damn mama. Nothing that she says should be able to supersede whatever you're trying to process, work through, or still traumatized by from your goddamn mama. Him making that statement, I'm like, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China, Zachary? What does that have to do with anything? You sound like a goddamn fool. Are you serious? And so many of y'all, like, I ain't getting stressed out about it. I'm going to keep motherfucking laughing because y'all want a bitch to cry, and I'm going to laugh instead of doing that. Because, and this is no shade to y'all, like, you feel like these are love bullets. These are love and honest bullets I'm finna throw. Catch these hoes if they apply, and if you feel away, sit with it, cool. But I'm not apologizing for it. Specifically in the general population, and yes, I'm calling the Sistas universe, the Sistas fandom, and specifically the Zatima fandom. This shit is Gen Pop, okay? This is Gen Pop. Erica ain't a Gen Pop bitch. But she's covering this show, which means at some point she has to interact with Gen Pop. I am not a bitch that looks at someone who just, I love you. And that clears everything. So many people are trying to have conversations with me, whether in the comment section, whether in the DMs, by email, whatever it is. You just don't understand. Love will always prevail. Y'all need better and more intentional definitions of love. Because half of y'all don't even know what the hell it is. You're not actually watching it play out on screen. You're watching the concept of love be manipulated and used against characters. And I understand that. And I'm also in a space that I'm operating in Gen Pop with you hoes. And I'm cool with that. But because I have an elevated understanding of love as an experience, whether it's romantic or familial, I operate here. Oh, actually, let me do side to side because I'm not trying to say I'm better or above anybody. I am here, and a lot of you hoes that will just accept the ridiculous, abusive, manipulative, disloyal, unfaithful, trifling behavior after your man says, "But I love you," though. Y'all are here. And that's fine because I've been here before. I've been here where I undervalued myself. I've been here when I loved somebody way more than I love myself. I've been here when I was a ride or die and I had a nigga name in his phone, in my phone as Jody, and I was Yvette. I've been there, but I'm not there no more. So when I'm creating content and I'm having these conversations, please understand, Erica's not here with y'all. I'm literally just visiting Gen Pop, grabbing a couple of sensible ass humans to have some more deeper conversations with and moving the hell along. Stop getting in your feelings, stop getting frustrated, and take your asses to therapy. Because everything about that statement that ZAC made, my mama didn't even tell me that was wrong, was toxic, was a red flag for further future relationship trauma that Fatima is going to experience at his hand. Because guess what? Fatima is not responsible for healing your mother wounds. The same way the nigga that I get with is not responsible for healing my daddy wounds. Y'all have to be for real sometime, part of the time. God, y'all don't want to be for real ever. Ever. ZAC saying my mama didn't even tell me that, don't even tell me that, made my ass itch. And I said, you know what, Erica? That's because your ass is in a healthier place. Shout out to God.
Praise him. Because he will do it. He will do it.
I'm going to get off my soapbox, y'all. But let's be clear.
Because he will give us peace that surpasses all understanding. All understanding. And then those particular people that you're talking about, they're very easy to point out. Because them the ones that get in your comments and say, I love Zatima. I'm Zatima all day. And I'm like, yeah, you're not going to get a response. You have nothing valuable to add to the conversation. And it's okay. And it's okay. And I realize too that doesn't even, it doesn't come with age. Because it's a whole lot of people who I know that are in their 40s and or 50s. And the things that I would see them post, like, oh my God, ZAC and Fatima are back together. And I can already tell, and I know people love to throw out, it's just a show, and I get it. But based on the things that people post and comment, you can kind of tell where they are emotionally, as far as they've been stunted emotionally, or they haven't done the work to progress to a higher level of even valuing themselves. And I think, to me, that's the underlying issue that I have personally with Tyler Perry's work, is that you create shows that are supposedly for Black women, to uplift Black women. You start out with this narrative that you give, and then your work does not reflect that. Your work does not reflect elevating Black women, because there are Black women who are business owners, entrepreneurs, degree holders, who go through things in life, and you can write that. They don't have to be dumb. They don't have to settle. They don't have to fit the narrative that you spewed on Crystal's podcast. And I'm like, I know you hang around a certain type of woman, yet for me, I believe that, and this is just me, and Tyler, if you ever hear this, oh well, because I don't care. I really believe that Tyler uses these shows to deal with somehow his wounds that you won't just deal with, heal from. Because I feel like because I believe, and I've had somebody in my comments too about how, Tyler speaks with wisdom and he does this. I'm like, a lot of people have the gift of gab. I can talk about something I don't know jack about and make it sound hella good. I don't do that because I don't like to be misleading. But I'm like, this is because he can spew a couple things that may hit you or sound good. That don't mean nothing. But look what he's giving you to watch. Look what he's giving you to intake and partake. He's not giving you that elevated stuff that he's spewing out here. He's giving you the light bulb man content or light bill man content. That's what he's giving. So for me, it's like I agree with everything that you stated, and Fatima is not responsible, but at the same time, I believe that Fatima has placed herself in that position because it was like, oh, it's a problem for Zach, let me fix it. Oh, this was going on with Zach, let me fix it. I even the whole thing with Jeremiah, even though I did like that scene,
Yeah.
my whole thing would have been, why didn't you communicate with Zach in a way that would encourage him to go talk to his brother where there's no anger there? Well, baby, not only are you losing a mother, so is your brother. And obviously, by what we've been presented, Jeremiah has spent the most time with her. Granted, they were getting high, but that's where he's been. That was like his best friend. His mom was. And I know he got on Zach's nerves and Zach put hands on him quite a few times.
Lord, I'm like, Zach, all right, now we get it.
Quite a few, but even in that, I thought about this. I was like, why did Jeremiah never hit Zach back? Because I feel like I'm the oldest sibling. Now I'm not gonna lie, my sisters ever put hands on me, I'm hit their ass back. But I do know a lot of times you give grace to your younger siblings.
That's real.
And I feel like if Jeremiah really wanted to harm Zach physically, he could have, high and all. But he chose not to. And for me, that said a lot. Yeah. Because I'm like, even though Jeremiah doesn't feel that Zach loves him because he feel like Zach judges him, from that alone, I know that Jeremiah loves his brother. Whether he verbalizes it or not.
Yeah.
But it was a lot. That
My
was
used to try to get with me, and she was the smallest thing. And I would only do enough to keep her little scrawny ass off of me. But I literally, I remember one time, I don't know if she thought she was Goku and she was going Super Saiyan. She decided to get a running start, jumped on the couch, and thought she was going to kick me through the air. And I caught that hoe. Shout out to my sis. I love you, boo. I caught her mid-air by her throats.
Dang.
And just kind of threw her on the sofa, right? That's like the most I ever did. So, like, you're right. You're right. There is a certain level of restraint, and I'm the oldest as well.
Gotcha.
I didn't even think about that. I'm like, Jeremiah high, he just getting his ass whooped, but he also really do care about Zach, which is the saddest part about the whole thing. And I think that even with that, right, like, this is just another example about how meaty you have created this universe to be. Meanwhile, you scripting and scraping and serving up chicken fingers and fries. And ain't no shade to chicken fingers and fries, but this man could be giving y'all chicken parmesan. He could be giving y'all filet mignon. Like, where's the conversation around Jeremiah and him getting sober in the moments that his mom is dead and him restraining and letting Zach beat his ass multiple times, and what that thought process looks like? Like, his moment with Fatima, I agree. Like, I hated that she was going to go fix it again, and she Captain Save a Hole because she got all the answers and she's always going to come through and you just can't do nothing. Like, I hate that narrative because Fatima is not Batman, okay? But I enjoyed their interaction because you got to see so much more into the personality of Jeremiah, what he was thinking, what he was feeling, and it humanized him in a very, very beautiful way. And Tyler, like, you have that with so many characters, even Belinda's goofy ass. You're trifling. Tell the story of the trifling friend. Tell it.
Yes.
Why do we gotta skirt along the surface of all of this stuff? If that's the case, then don't even give it to me.
Don't even give it to me. That's why I said, I know for me personally, Jeremiah was the highlight. And even when he asked Fatima for a hug, like, I know some people saying they thought that he was going to try to touch her inappropriately, and I can understand why they probably felt that way. But it was just the fact that, like, his mom probably the only person who hugged him.
Yep.
And now she's gone. You know what I'm saying? So for me, Like, don't give. I think I've just gotten so sick and tired of seeing Zach crying for the past 4 episodes. Like, I just didn't even care anymore. But with Jeremiah, I'm like, we get to see. I think he's like one of those characters where it's like, because he comes off the way he comes off, he could just be completely written off without the compassion. Like, a lot of people extend compassion to Zach, but it's like, but Jeremiah just doesn't get it. And I'm like, his story had to start somewhere. You know, when what's her name? When the mom, I can't think of her name right now, Gladys. When
Gladys.
Gladys decided to leave, not only did she leave Zach, she left Jeremiah too. And him being the oldest, I'm sure he felt like, I have to make sure my younger brother is okay. And the only way I know how to do that is by doing illegal things. And so I've always had like a, even though Jeremiah did get on my nerves, I always held like a soft spot for him, because I'm like, he just chose the other path.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, he chose the path of drugs. He followed suit. He followed his mother. And it's like the same way how Zach told Jeremiah, like, I wanted to be like you. I did what you did. He did what his mom did. You looked up to him. He looked up to his mother. Just
Yep.
a horrible cycle, you know, that kept on going. But I really did enjoy Jeremiah's things. I felt they were real. I felt they were real for him. And so
Both.
I would give
Both.
Tyler
In this
props for
episode,
that.
I said, okay, Jeremiah, if we was going to sleep this whole time, then I'm fine with that because you woke your ass up for these 2 episodes.
Did
That's
he?
my mama.
Did he? Yeah. He kept saying that. Yes, that's my
Y'all ain't
mama.
going to kill my mama.
Yeah. Yeah. He did that.
He had
He
such
did that.
dynamic range, and it was really beautiful to see. It really was. Shout out to the members in the chat. I appreciate y'all so very much. I think I saw. Well, Shari is on vacation, so when you catch this on the replay, honey, hey, enjoy
Hey,
Cancun. I think I saw her in Sweet Cakes. Kimberly Felder. Hey boo. Hey
what up,
Desi.
Wente Talk?
Y'all going ham in this chat. I gotta look at it because it's so much. Shout out to Brillo, fellow YouTuber Tamika's Den as well. Shout out to y'all. Check them out, y'all. Y'all out
What,
here having
Brillo, the big
conversations.
review?
Yeah. We all having
Okay.
conversations around this content. Appreciate y'all for popping in. And then
Yeah,
everybody
and
else
I
in the
want to
chat.
say,
Chi-Town
yeah,
Girl, Orange Pepper, DNC Greatness, Mimi Loves Peace. Like, OGs up in there, up in here. Erica James, girl, I haven't seen none of your comments yet, but I can't wait to scroll because I know your ass is cutting up in the comment section. Velma Young, hey honey, how are you? Tam B, Curly K, Edwina, Shakana, Jamira, Chrissy. I'm moving real fast. I'm sorry if I miss you. Tiff. Yeah. So we just started at the
I just
damn
want to
end.
say,
Wait, I'm sorry. What you say?
we did. I just wanted to shout out like this. What I will say, I really have enjoyed the most. It really didn't even have anything to do with the show. It was the people in the chat who are so consistent and committed, and the ones who did not count it robbery to share their stories of losing their parents or having parents who are addicts or recovering addicts, and how they were able to maneuver through that and what they are still going through. And I know sometimes, even though you can't see the person's face, it still could be a hard thing to share that and reveal that to people who you may never ever meet in real life, and to just expose yourselves and be open like that. So I know for me, I definitely just wanted to um just bring awareness to that, because that's huge, to even share. And the people who came on, I think it was last week, and shared their story about having parents who left them, and how they're still working through that, and how they overcame that, and how it affected them. And so I think that's huge. So I'm appreciative of those who didn't count it robbery to share that information with us.
It really is, and thank you for taking a moment to put that spotlight on those people because that honestly is the reason why I don't let the it's just a television show ride. I don't
Yeah.
let it ride because to you. And that's cool,
Correct.
but then maybe this is not the community for you to actually be a part of, because for me, the things that I talk about, I actually feel something about, I actually care about, I actually
Right.
identify with. The media that I consume is a mirror to whether a mirror to my life, whether it's past or present or future. I curate everything in my life. So much that happens in my life is not happy stance. It is choice. Literal
Yes.
intentional choice. I don't watch certain things for certain reasons. I do watch certain things for certain reasons. And one of the things that brought me into the Sisters universe was how much I identified in a former version of myself, in a former relationship, and I saw it. And in watching a lot of the things that have played out thus far, specifically in the Sisters universe, I thought I had healed. I thought I had did certain things, but it wasn't until I was watching Karen. It wasn't until I was watching Zach and their interaction that I actually was able to like, oh no, you really do forgive yourself. You really do forgive him, because you actually can see
Mm-hmm.
that from a different point of view now. And that to me is the power in sharing and being open and honest about what you're going through, and specifically tying it to the media that you're consuming. This is honestly why I'm actually in the industry. This is why I write. This is why I direct. This is why I act, because I want to connect and communicate these very real lived experiences, foster greater community, and just be able to express. And that's what we're here for. That's what my community is here for. So for anybody, public service announcement, it will never just be a show here. It will never just be a film here. Because whatever feelings that this cultivated for you, triggered for you, brought up for you, brought down for you, called in for you, those things are very real. It happened for a reason. And
Yes. Ma'am.
media is a wonderful thing to use to help yourself heal, work through, and process. Things like
Yes.
Sisters is what can help you disassociate at some point from some of the things that you've gone through, from the choices that you've made, so that you can see it from an objective place. You can make a better decision, and then you can accept it and move forward in a positive way. This is powerful. And the girls who get it, and the
Yeah.
ones who don't. It ain't never just a show.
Facts. Facts. Never.
So
Never.
thank you, Ellie. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for taking a moment to call our attention to that.
Yeah, because it was like even the aspect of seeing like Miss Gladys in the hospital, and I know I shared on here about my mother being shot in an attempted carjacking, and when we got to the hospital, I was able to see her, and literally she still had the glass on
Mm.
her phone when they shot at the window, and I didn't know if she was gonna live. I didn't know if she was gonna, pass away. It was touch and go. And then it got to a point after they did like all the surgeries and everything, the doctors pretty much was like, we've done all we can do. The rest is up to her. Like she, like is she gonna, basically fighting to stay. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And so my mom was like, all she could think about is I have 4 kids. I want to live and see my kids become adults. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mm.
couldn't even imagine. And then, when you see those stories, they rarely show what happens after.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like my mom she couldn't really walk. She couldn't drive. I was 16 years old. I was a 16-year-old teenager who was sick of driving. Cause I'm the
Mm.
oldest, so I have to do, everything, and like the stuff that does to you, and having PTSD, and I didn't want to be outside at nighttime because I'm thinking, what if something like that happened to me? So you go through so many things, and that's the thing, like, and you said it too, and that's how I feel. Don't present something to us if you not gonna do it right.
Mm-hmm.
The whole therapy situation, why? What the hell was that about? You showed him in therapy one time for a damn 30 to 45-minute session, and now he's fixed. Now he trying to tell everybody to go to therapy. You just had one session, and then you only did it to get into Fatima's good graces. You didn't do this to better yourself. So it was so many. I'm jumping ahead, but going back to that, it was just so many things of I can see how that affected me and what I went through and what I saw. So I could understand what Zach and Jeremiah was going through. I don't know the feeling of seeing your mother lifeless body there. You know what I'm saying? But the not knowing and putting yourself in a position if you have to make the decision to pull the plug.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a real thing. And also these shows, I encourage everybody. Get your stuff in order. I don't care if you think, oh girl, I got time. That's fine, and you may, and I hope you do. It be here as long as you can. But get your stuff in order when it comes to your medical stuff, when it comes to power of attorney, when it comes to what you want to see happen. Cause baby, you don't want to put people in them situations. So those type of things. Cause you do get forced to people who come and talk to you like you crazy if you ain't got insurance, if you ain't got money, if you ain't, those things are very, very real. So yeah, I just encourage everybody to take the show for what it is, but pull out the nuggets. You know what I'm saying, when you can. Because they're there. They're there.
Some of my favorite series and films are my favorites just because of how relatable and what I felt like they did for me, and either helping me act like realize who I was in a moment and actually be able to put a visual to who I want to be. I look at like I look at a lot of media in general of like, if I can learn it by not experiencing it, but like seeing it play out and seeing what's to come, I'm gonna learn it that way because I would rather do it that way. Like, we don't all have to struggle and go through every single thing to learn the lesson. You can learn from seeing somebody else do it. Let's utilize all our
That's
damn
me.
resources.
That's me. I ain't got to do it myself. Oh, that's what happened. Oh, I'm okay. I'm gonna stay away from that.
Period.
That is me all the way. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. The Bible said a wise man learn from the mistakes of others. I want to be wise. I ain't got to go through it, Lord. I ain't got to experience that. That's what happened to them over there. Okay, I'm gonna go left then.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Learn that lesson. I ain't gotta go through it. I ain't gotta go through it.
All right, so I don't even know where we at because we started at the damn end. The next thing that's coming up for me, and you touched on it a little bit, was everybody apologizing except for ZAC. You want to go
Everybody.
first?
Huh?
You want to go first? You got it.
Oh, to talk about that.
Yeah. Huh?
Sick of it since sisters.
The Nathan apology sent me. It's laughable. ZAC loves you. You
I'm
love
not
him.
even
Y'all
gonna
are
front it.
serious about each other. I was wrong. Shut your ass up.
I ain't even gonna lie. I laughed. I laughed on that one. I laughed because I said, "Is Nate? I said, is Nate trying to be sincere?" And then this is the thing too. I'm gonna insert this. I'm sorry for calling you the B word. Yeah, don't let it happen again. I said, shut up. Shut the hell up, Fatima. Because why you got heat for everybody else who call you out your name but ZAC? You got heat for everybody else. Remember, think about Jody. I got heat for niggas like you, cuz. You got heat for everybody else that call you out your name, but not
Everybody.
Zachary Tickler. I got a problem with that.
Every single one.
I
Every
got a
single
problem with
soul.
that. Huh?
Every single soul. And I'm just like, it's so, like, y'all wondering why I'm laughing. Every part of all of this was so damn laughable.
It was laughable.
No other
It was
woman could have
laughable.
did what you
Everybody.
did. Lies and fallacies. Every other woman, basically, Connie could have did this. Connie is the one who got y'all here to begin with. Like, what are we talking about? Tyler, be for real, sir. I'm gonna need you to be for real because we've already watched Connie handle the whole thing, get everybody together, including Fatima's ass, get her down there. She's clearly more than capable. I get it that you want to try to bridge the gap with her and Nate, but this is not it. It's giving overkill. It's giving not actually realistic. It's giving implausible.
Truly. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm not. I'll say this. There are several reasons why I do not enjoy watching ZAC and Fatima. One of the reasons is I feel like if you're going to do all of this, don't have them on sisters. Or if they're going to be on sisters, they need to be minor characters on sisters. Because you have them on sisters where everybody is, can't nobody say nothing wrong to them. They are the cherry on top, as you stated, in the beginning of this. Now on Zatima, we're seeing the same type of treatment. Everyone has to cower. Everyone has to apologize. Everyone has to be jealous. Everyone has to look at them with green-eyed envy. Who the hell are Zach and Fatima? Like, let's be, in your words, let's be for real. Who are they? And to me, it's not realistic. Like, I even look at Connie, the way that Connie knew, okay, I need to take a step back. This is something that's serious. She did what she had to do to talk to Fatima to get her down to the hospital. And then after all of that, they're talking, you're gonna tell me when the funeral is, of course, blah blah blah. She hugs Zach. Fatima, what? You still insecure? You can be insecure. You can be insecure. It's gone. But you clearing your throat? Okay. Okay. I just Erica, it just pisses me off. I even like I go back, like my mind literally is going back to when Zach got all that money and he went to the bank where Sabrina worked at and he was so disrespectful to her. Zach, Zach, y'all never thought I was good enough for Karen, and all y'all just talk s about me. Zach, I'm sorry. Sorry. What are you apologizing to him for? Were you apologizing when he gave your friend an STD? Were you apologizing when he was cheating? What the hell are you apologizing for, Sabrina? So I just have an issue with everybody. What are they apologizing for? So it goes back to something that you stated about, which I have always stood on this. Tyler is extremely intentional with the things that he writes. Extremely intentional. And Zach gets off every single time. The things that you can assault somebody, the cops don't get called, security don't get called. Hit Jeremiah 50 times in this hospital. Security never comes. You assault a lawyer, you go to jail, you get out. Like, come on, really? Really, dude? Okay. I just can't take it. But then on Sisters, these four women have to go through pure hell, and the show is about them. And then you were sneaky, and you did. I'm just saying it. You did this to prop up the Val ass. Because how the hell a show about these four incredible black women has turned into Zach and them? That's the name of the show, Zach and them. And I'm just sick of it. Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. I just, Earl, I don't know. Oh, you want to talk about Bryce? Bryce, it was. I think you made this point last week. Yeah, I think you made this point last week though, because you were really the first that said it. You was like, he is completely unhinged. Like there is something really wrong with Bryce and Erica. My good sis, you are absolutely correct. Bryce was looking like he was having, yes, yeah. Oh, they saying they can't hear you, Erica.
Or
You muted.
my bad. I definitely muted
Oh,
myself. Okay, let me give y'all the spark notes because I was definitely losing it. Okay.
Oh, you was going in. You was going in.
Erica, I'm sorry, babes, that I do not remember who said this, but you have hit the nail on the head, and I will never forget the statement. Erica is always woman first. My nose is programmed to sniff out misogyny, the patriarchy steeped on your ass, the narcissism embedded in some of these males, the abuse that's bubbling up under the surface. So yes, I called it with Bryce Goofy's ass. And then you know what? The extra added seasoning of the model minority on top and his proximity to whiteness, thinking that he could get away with some things and act the monkey fool because he basically a white man with a little extra seasoning. Bryce, go to hell, and I'm on your ass, okay? I'm on your ass, and I called it. For anybody who has something to say, oh, Erica just be reading too much into it. Erica want to do extra. No, the nigga's crazy. And I called it. From the moment it started to peek its little ugly head. Off with this nigga's head if you ask me. Because what are you doing? In Angela's house losing your goddamn mind. Looking like you about to have a whole goddamn conniption.
Yes.
Oh, I am on Bryce's ass. And if I was able to run into him in person, we're fighting. But go ahead, Allie. I'm sorry.
That is no, I feel you. And I think the thing that got me was it was just the fact that he didn't even consider that it was him. It's ZAC. I know he did something. They said that, and then he just lying. The bank said it was because of ZAC. I know it's because he did something. He did. And I'm like, well, what the hell did ZAC do? Because ZAC been at the hospital for the past 3-4 days. So what could he have possibly done? Then when we found out it was him.
You so-called knew it was ZAC, but you were so desperate to be in business with his ass. It's not giving. It's giving my proximity to whiteness, and I can utilize this black body, and he gonna take the fall for me, and I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like nothing about it. Go ahead, Allie. I don't like, I think I don't like Bryce more than I don't like Gary, and that is wild. Well, actually, it's not. It's not wild. It's not wild. It's not wild. It actually makes sense. Go ahead, girl. I'm gonna go unhinged when it comes to Bryce because don't like nothing about
that was a good one, huh?
What?
Yeah, you that you don't like. You like Gary more than you like what's his name?
I don't like them words, friend. I don't like them words. I don't like Gary at all.
Well, I know you don't like okay, you don't like neither one, but you like one, you don't like, you know what I mean. But anyway.
I dislike Bryce more. I cannot ever stand for the I like Gary statement. Because I'm
you dislike him
on site too.
We know. Love you, Cheeto. But
hey, Cheeto boo, how you doing? But Gary.
But
put your fist up. Let's go.
I cannot wait to this second half because baby, Gary is gonna give me the laugh of my life. But anyway, that's another story.
Gary is so not funny anymore. We're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to do a predictions our sisters keep before they come back fully. But yeah, go ahead.
I'm just laughing when he was like, "Do I know you?" That sent me. That sent Alicia back. Baby, I got my entire life.
You like his ass. You love how Cheeto looked. That's why that sent you.
No. That was funny.
Okay, so was it funny like Deja? And is this your or no? Was it that? Because I wasn't getting that from him.
No, that was just really comical. Like that was really comical. I think what made it so funny to me is that Andy just knows she got Gary wrapped around her finger. But when that man was like, who we know, I know you, I was like, damn. Pick your face up off the ground, sis. But when you be mad? What's there to be mad about? Gary done already showed you who he is. But back to Bryce. Back to Bryce. Trying to understand. Why does Angela feel the need to help this all? I don't understand it. But it goes back to like Angela. She made a statement about herself and how she dressed. About she wasn't desperate enough. I'm like, baby girl, you're desperate just completely around. Like, you're just a desperate individual.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is no reason why, excuse me, Bryce should be as comfortable with you as he is and how you make it out to be. Now, I did agree with Angela not going into detail with Fatima about the whole money thing, especially when she found out what was going on with Zach's mom. But then I had to take my props back from Angela, because why the hell you just walking in Zach's house like you live there? And then you brought Bryce with you, then gonna tell him don't say nothing. What the hell you doing there for? Why you here? And that's because I said, is this stuff for just walking in his house? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's up, Angela? Really? That's all she get? Is a what's up, Angela? Oh. Okay. Bryce was just, and then the reveal of, yeah, I did this deal with Gary. Then I had another question. I'm like, why is Zach money in the business account? You don't have separate accounts?
Well, they have a business account, and then basically Zach said that his personal account is linked to the business account. So if all else fails and they don't have
That's why it
money
was
in the business
overdrawn.
account, then
Yeah,
it goes and pulls
got
money
it.
from his personal account, which I understand because I actually
Got
have
it.
mine set up like that in a similar way.
Got it. I missed that part. 'Cause that's how a lot of people do. That's how I have mine. So, okay, I missed that part that his personal account was linked to the business account. Gotcha. Yeah.
But
Bryce just need to
also,
go.
Zach, you haven't trust Bryce since he tried to play him his goofy ass lips on you. So why in the hell does he still have access to the money? You was trying to get out of business with him. If you knew this was the setup, why would he do this? But also, you don't trust him, so why did you? You are doing nothing but playing solitaire all day, beating your meat. Take him off the account. That's what he's doing. He said he was tired.
Really?
He said he wasn't going back to that side chick and Allie.
Done. He said, I'm done. I'm done with that. I know you're not talking about sex, Fatima. I'm not messing with that thing. I'm not messing with that thing no more. Why sex even? I said, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Why are we talking about sex right now? Why? You thought she was gonna give you sympathy, Coochie? I don't know. I don't know.
He definitely thought he was. The whole thing is just so unserious. My
You
God.
got to laugh. You have to laugh. You do. You definitely have to laugh at it, because what?
I know you're not.
I don't get it.
Sex, Fatima. Why not? I mean, you always are.
I know. I'm gonna mess with that thing. I'm gonna mess with that thing. I said, if Fatima wanted to have sex right now, you would be with it.
Period.
You literally would be with it. It's the choices.
How's that get confirmation from his bank at 9:00 at night? That was laughable. How did he not only get confirmation from his bank, but he literally called and came back 3 seconds later as if there isn't a wait and a press 7 to get this and the do you know your party's extension?
And we know laughed. I said, first of all, who did he talk to? Who did really? You could have had this conversation here.
He went over, touched the armoire, came back, and was like, I already handled it.
Hey, did you have to go out of frame for this? No, you really didn't.
I can't. Y'all can't hear me? Chi-Town girl says she can't hear me. Can y'all hear me? I'm not muted. All of this is laughable, and these last 2 episodes just makes the entire season laughable, because what the hell did we just watch? We just watched 10 hours of what? What exactly?
And utter chaos. I think one of the things that just blow me with Tyler, and it's a word that we use consistently, and it is the word convenient.
Mm-hmm.
The conveniency of these things just happening, or storylines that are introduced that doesn't mean anything. That's why I couldn't give any cares about Belinda creating a profile for Fatima on a dating site. Why would I care about that? It didn't what did it do? What was its purpose? You didn't have nothing for this woman to do? Of all the things Belinda could have done. Hell, Belinda has a podcast. She could have easily talked about uh what y'all feel about, you know what I'm saying, if you slept with your homegirl man a long time ago. Well, my homegirl Fatima is engaged to this named ZAC, and I got with him one time, and it was good. There was so many things she could have done.
Ellie,
Why not go
Ellie,
there?
this is how you know we writers. Because baby, if we're in the writers' room, you just said that, and I'm like, she also could have had a whole segment on if you slept with Zachary Taylor. Call in, tell me your story.
Come on.
How was
Come
it?
on.
What went down?
Come on.
And that could
Girl,
prove
you
the
talking
tea
about
for
that
sure to
Jackie
show
Chan
up
that
like,
worked
oh
at the
bitch,
airport?
she could run a whole marathon, a whole 24-hour live stream, Castanet style. Even though I did one 2 years ago. So what's up, Kai? I know you popular and all, but I already did that. She could do a whole 24-hour
Man.
live stream just trying to track down everybody's that got in Atlanta. And that storyline is given.
I mean, could Helena make a special appearance on Zatima? You talking about Zachary Taylor that worked at the airport, girl? Yeah. Girl, I had him. He was dating this girl that worked at the beauty salon. I think she owned it, but my girl go there, but she can't do no hair. It's so many things.
So
So
many
many things that could have
things.
been done with Belinda's character that was a pure waste. An absolute, because she's a great actress.
Mm-hmm.
Pure waste. I don't get it.
Literally.
Don't get it.
Tony arrives at the end of the season giving support character. Okay, cool. We don't really have no beef with him. You can stay. I already picked who I wanted off the damn island. What you think Angela gonna say about the pregnancy? Because now she's all Team Zach as of 5 episodes ago. You think she team
Mm-hmm.
this baby?
Yeah, I really do. Now, if I was Tyler, this is what I would do. Because what's it? Angela is the only person, other than Fatima, of course. Angela is the only person who knows. Well, I can't say that because I don't know if she knows about Fatima's abortion.
Yeah, we never got confirmation about that.
Yeah, I guess I don't think she knows that. But what I would do, I would make it to that she did know, and for her like being there, being her support system, I would wonder like, is that something that you talked to Zach about? Like, how did he feel? Because she hasn't. And it's like, will she ever have that conversation? Or it could be a conversation between Angela and Fatima to like, how do you feel really now that you're pregnant? Like now that you're back in the situation, I know she's happy, but I know she was happy when she got pregnant with Ian's baby too.
Mm-hmm.
And due to unfortunate circumstances, he talked her into terminating the pregnancy. So I just wonder, like, will we get those emotions from Fatima? Because, like you said, yeah, you're happy that you're pregnant. You're with the man that you love and all of that. However, that still sticks in the back of your mind. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, will it ever be addressed? I think that would be something worth visiting. Um, but I don't know if it will. But I definitely
Yeah.
think Angela is definitely pro this baby.
I think that is we're right to assume it, but then also Tyler gives so much convenience. So it's the moment that he need to create some conflict, and then now all of a sudden Angela gonna be anti baby but pro Zach, and it's like, well, how she do that? Where that? When that
That's
happened?
true. That's true. So you
Um,
just never know.
right. But we gonna see, child. What else happened, y'all? What else happened that we ain't talked about yet that we might have missed?
What I'm trying to think. What else happened? Um, because that first episode, they just spent a lot of time at the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think like the first 12 to 15 minutes, it was at the hospital. Um, oh,
back and read some comments while you think about what we got else
Oh,
to talk about.
the VHS,
Mm,
that was something.
that was powerful.
That was extremely powerful. And the fact that DeVal's son Cairo played Little Zach, which I thought was really
I
cute.
didn't even pick up on that.
Oh, really?
I didn't pick up on it
Yeah.
until people started commenting. I was like, oh, okay, I gotta go back and rewatch it.
Um.
But I also, at that
Yeah.
point, I was already like, because I told you, the moment that Fatima said to Angela, I gotta talk to you after I come back from the hospital,
Yeah.
I knew that
You
she was
picked up. You
pregnant.
said you.
So
Yeah.
I
You
watched
did
the
say that.
entire episode, like, when she gonna tell him? When she gonna tell him? So many things, I
Hmm.
was like, okay, that's don't matter. Okay, that's don't matter. Okay, she ain't saying now. Okay,
Gotcha.
whatever. And the VHS, like, I registered the sentimentality of it. I meant, that is definitely not a word, but we're gonna roll with it.
We
I
gonna roll with that.
register. I registered what it means and how it can help Zach moving forward, but I wasn't fully paying attention to the character specifically on the VHS. So I totally missed that it was his son until people started commenting it.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, that was a powerful thing, and it's heartbreaking in a sense because I know that there are parents, mothers, fathers that deal with addiction and they don't believe that they could actually raise their children like their children need to be raised, and they feel like the best thing that they could do is walk away or stay away. And I just think that, I do have compassion for people like that because sometimes I just feel like, if they had an opportunity, some people do just choose that. And I know that they just get so um chasing that high, like just chasing that high. And I had a family member who was addicted to drugs for a very long time. But also I saw that he was able to choose better and get away from that life. But when you have children, it does create certain issues with them. And I'm not saying that any of Zach's actions are justifiable because of what his mother did. I really believe that Zach uses his mother's addiction or her lack thereof, as far as her presence in his life, as a justification for what he does to gain sympathy. And as you stated, that emotional manipulation to women. Um, but that scene was so powerful and it was so short,
Yeah.
but it showed her enjoying her sons, and it's because she knew what she was about to do. She knew she was about to walk away from them. So I think that was very touching. Actually, I think that Jeremiah's performance and this scene here was probably the things that did touch me.
Yeah.
It was powerful.
And I made this call to a question in my breakdown video, and I'll do it here as well. Um, Jeremiah's performance was so touching because I was also thinking about, where do we go from here? Is this his exit as well? Is this one of those cases where he literally don't believe that nobody cares about him being on this earth, and this is his, like, he gonna overdose, he gonna take his own life, he talking about he about to leave this place? What does that mean? And I think that he did it in such a way that it left it open for it to mean an array of
Yeah,
things, which is
yeah,
very scary, but also
very
just
eerie.
made it powerful.
Very eerie. Because it made, and I did listen to your video and I did hear that question, and I thought it was legitimate. It was a legitimate question to ask because unfortunately he feels alone in this world.
Hmm.
And it appears that Zach felt alone, but Zach had a way with women. It doesn't appear that Jeremiah possesses that same confidence or that same type of like talk to get women
Hmm.
like Zach can, to not only talk to these women but have them move you in, take care of you, provide for you. He doesn't seem to have that type of personality. And I think to I can't even imagine what it feels like to feel all alone. Like
Mm.
I can't even. You know how they call like substitute. You gotta put your. I can't even fathom what that must feel like to feel like you have no one, and the only person that you felt like you had is gone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't even grasp that type. I can't grasp that. And so like I said, I think your question was legit, and I wouldn't put it past them. I do hope we could see um a transformative story of Jeremiah. I think it would be amazing. I really do. Now, are we gonna get it? Probably not. But I would love to see that. I think, and that I can't think of the guy's name, but the character who plays Jeremiah, he possesses enough to bring that to life.
Mm-hmm.
And
He
I really
does.
wish we could see that.
He really does.
I wish we could see that.
And listening to what you're saying, what came up for me just now is like low key, but high of the highest keys actually. Jeremiah and Zach are two sides of the same coin. They just pick different addictions. Zach was able
Yes.
to run from his trauma and distract himself with sex and women, and Jeremiah
Mm,
turned to drugs to do it.
yeah.
And now that's like bringing up for me going back to what you said last week when he was talking about just owning it. And it's like, and we were having a conversation about like, yo, you don't own any of your so like even to see like he done swung on Jeremiah again this week. He is talking about he just wants the money. It's no different than you begging Karen to not put you out. You got this woman pregnant. You riding by on a damn bike. Like you was giving very much so fiend as well. If we want to really call a thing a thing.
Absolutely.
Damn.
Yeah. Literally. Literally. Just shows a different type of addiction. Yeah.
But then to me, that also brings up points of like this is also for me scary for Fatima because girl, this man is nowhere near healthy. He is literally just as sick as Jeremiah. He just has a different substance that he abuses. That's it. That is literally
Pretty much.
it. And his happens to be more socially acceptable. His happens to have less of a
Yes.
physical impact on his person. But they are
Yeah.
just as sick. They're literally at the same level.
Mm-hmm.
And for all of
Mm-hmm.
y'all who are wanting to champion this relationship, you can look at that and call that out. That to me, if you could look at that and call that out and then still like them, then I would respect the perspective of Team Zatima. But for all y'all are just smelling the roses and not and completely stepping over the that's clearly right here in the path, I don't understand. But do
Yeah.
you boo?
Yeah. Yeah. That's like going back to somebody who said, I can't remember who made the statement, but it was like, everybody else is weird. Everybody else is a problem. Everybody else is a stalker. But Zach can do the same things and he's not he's not labeled any of those things. And
At
as
all.
you
He
so
gets
eloquently,
grace. He gets
uh
compassion.
yeah. Yeah, and just like you just stated, Zach, and I know for me, I've always felt as if Zach used sex as a coping mechanism or as a way to not deal with himself because he knows that I don't bring much to the table, but I can please a woman. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's how he gets you. It's almost like being caught up in the spider's web. They put that web, that insect get in there, it's sticky, it gets stuck, it can't move.
And I
Kind of
low
like
key
how I
feel
feel
like
with that.
it's not even about him pleasing women. I feel like the objective of pleasing women is literally to find validation in himself. Like every time he's able to
Oh,
make a woman
absolutely.
orgasm, it's like, take that, mom. See, I am good. I am okay. I am loved.
Yeah,
That is weird.
yeah,
Very
yeah,
real trauma for people to go through, but weird.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think it goes into the narrative of every time he's around Aaron, they got to have this penis swinging contest. Like everything feeds into Zach has to have that look at me, I'm good. Look at me, I deserve a gold star. Look at me, I made student of the day. Like it's a that
Damn.
validation that
Do
he
you
just didn't
think
have.
do you think that he's like equating everything, cuz it's like a very clear straight line between the women that he interacts with and his lack with his mom. But like, do you think that he equates the presence of the man that he hopes to be, he wishes he could be, the seemingly better man, back to his mom, of like, this, their presence proves that you really ain't like your mama said? Is that why you can't get Zachary?
Question. What opinion are you having?
It's Paul and Aaron's presence confirming that your mama taught you, and that's why you cannot stay. Like, that's why they make your ass itch so bad. Is he equating everything to his damn mama? Sir, I'm sorry. You need a padded room, some medication,
Oh,
and some time, because this is a lot, Zach. It's one thing to like take people of the same gender and be like, okay, you could be my mama. But you seeing other men, and when they exist in a way that maybe even if it's not so direct and specific, right? To like, oh, because you're here, you're good, and I must be bad. So then my mama said I was bad, so you are basically reaffirming that. Also, like, even if it's not that, are you looking at these men and you like, oh, they must have had a mother that loved them, and you feel away because of that because you didn't? Golly,
well,
this got more issues than Vogue.
that's possible. That's
That's a
possible.
lot. That's a lot,
That's
Allie.
possible. Yeah. But as you equate it, all you gotta do, two things: have a mother that dies, and get somebody pregnant,
And then
and your
everything is
stuff,
fixed.
everything is fixed in the world of Tyler Perry.
You don't
Everything is
need no
fixed.
antidepressants. You need your mama to die and impregnate your
Leave it alone.
girlfriend.
But that is a great question, and it definitely reinforces a lot of behaviors.
Mm.
A lot of conversations that I think back on in Sisters that Zach would have. Um, Specifically the one that he had with Karen, when she began to reiterate like everything that Aaron did. It almost made me think about that comparison type of thing. You doing this, but this person doing this, so he's obviously better, you know what I'm saying, than you. And the only thing Zach asked was, are we over? Are we done? I knew right then. I knew right then and there that there was a disconnect. Zach didn't say, well, what do I have to do, Karen, to be the things that you need? What he
Ooh.
wasn't there. He didn't ask that.
But Allie, if he's equating her to his damn mama, right? Then he's not going to ask that, because if he's asking, "Are we done?" Is this the part where you exit my life like my mama left, and there was nothing I could do about it then, and so it's nothing I can do about it now because none of this is my fault.
None, and because she left, and because I'm void, everything is about me. Everything
Mm.
is. It don't give a damn.
Yo,
I
this
don't
is
care what
deep.
Aaron is providing for you. I don't care what he's doing. Everything is about me. You're here to make sure that I'm good, that I'm okay, that I'm cared for, because it's about me. Even the fact when he broke into Aaron's hotel room and he called her a FNB because he was getting arrested, as if she could do something.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is like it's about, and it's something that you say a lot about how this relationship with Zach and Fatima has been, so everything has been about Zach. Everything has been about Zach. That Fatima rarely has space in that dynamic. And then I think about Karen and Zach. Everything is about Zach. Everything. I'm not. I promise I ain't gonna. And if something do happen, and it ain't gonna be because I cheated, pull the car over. That's all he had to say.
That's all.
For you to have sex with him in the car. He said nothing. He did nothing. You found out Helena ain't pregnant. Oh, okay. Well, you can come back home. Why? He still had unprotected sex with her.
Period.
Y'all make it so easy. They make it so easy for Zach. He ain't gotta do nothing. He ain't got to do a doggone thing.
At all. It is officially your birthday, friend. Happy birthday, Allie.
Ooh, thank you.
It's midnight
Appreciate
on
it.
the
Thank you,
East Coast,
everybody.
and it's her birthday. It's your
Yeah.
birthday. It's your birthday.
Hey, hey,
Batch
hey,
contest. You in
hey,
first place.
hey, hey,
Shout out to everybody
hey.
wishing Allie happy birthday in the chat. We
Thank
appreciate
you,
you and love
guys.
you
I
so very
appreciate you so
much.
much.
Your takes are utterly incredible. Is why I'm so glad that when I reached out, I DM'd you like, hey, so I got this idea. I'm so grateful that you were like, girl, yes.
It was so, and let me tell you, because it was so random because I never used to catch your lives ever. And I think I was at work. And I think I was at work, and you were at the some festival,
Sundance.
some festival. I don't remember.
It was
And
Sundance, I
you were,
think.
I think you, yeah, you. I think it was in your hotel room. And you was going live. You was talking about sisters, and we talked about Karen or Zach. And I said something. I forget what I typed. And you was like, wait. Oh, you review the show too? Oh, okay. DM me your latest video or something like that. So I could listen to it. And I was like, all right. So I did it. And I think maybe a couple days later you was telling me about like um about doing the live for one of the episodes. And I was at first I was like, well, I ain't gonna be able to do it. And then I was like, you know what? Yes, I will. Let me go ahead. And so we did it, and it was really good. And I think the one thing that I do enjoy is that one, we are intelligent black women. Two, we have different opinions about certain characters. And then the beauty that and this is me as an individual, I love having debates and talking, because if we view something differently, you can say something like, you know what, I feel you on that, or I understand that. And I think that's what I love so much. And I think society and media and even some of the people in the comments try to pin us against each other, where someone may like your delivery better or my delivery better, which is fine. But
Yep.
there's a way y'all can say this stuff that doesn't come off as divisive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Honestly. But I'm appreciative for the connection, and then like the new people who have been now privy to the reviews that I do and all that stuff like that. So it was definitely a divine appointment. I
Yes.
put it that way.
Yes.
Definitely that.
And you're just
Definitely
so
that.
so
So
talented, so insightful. I appreciate getting to know you in the way that I have, like, because we literally talk, like, we'll be talking every day and like sending voice notes sometimes, and we're like we bouncing things off of each other about life, about whatever. And if what I really appreciate is that it feels very organic, because a lot of my relationships are like this. When I tell y'all that I curate my life, I am not playing. Like, I have conversations similar to what you see in my content, these deep, thoughtful, just intentional, question probing, processing conversations about pretty much everything in my life. And to come across another content creator, to come across another commenter who is as intentional, who is as thoughtful, who looks like me, but again has different takes, and you can actually create an environment to have discourse or agreements or whatever in a healthy way. It's like, yes, it's like lightning in
yeah.
a bottle.
Yeah.
We are so glad that you're here, and it's your born day. So like, let's all shower
Yeah.
Allie with love and appreciation and affection, because you deserve.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. It is, and it's interesting because I do believe that you and I are of the minority
Yeah.
when it comes to a lot of sisters content. And I'll add Zatima in there, but for the most part, sisters content. Number one, because we were one of the few who actually like Karen,
Yep.
and then just trying to see things from different perspectives or having a certain compassion Or I know I was never a rider for ZAC nor for Fatima, so I used to get that a lot from the people in the comments. And it was so funny because I saw when things started happening, I saw those same people start to change a little bit. Like this one person, I never blocked them. There's one person who would come at me crazy all the time about ZAC. Then I saw them defending me in the comments. And I'm like, for me, if I see something, that's just how I feel. But I'm just like, Sisters, and even going back to what you were saying, what really sparked my curiosity because the Oval and Sisters started at the same time.
I didn't know
And
that.
I was like, it started at the same time. And I saw the Oval, the preview. I was like, I ain't gonna like that show. So
I
I've
couldn't
never
do
seen
it.
one episode.
I couldn't do
I've
the
never
Oval
seen
because I
one
was like,
episode.
Tyler, Scandal just ended, and you are not about to give me Scandal light.
Yeah.
You're just not about to do it.
I never watched it. So when Sisters came out, I said, I think I'm gonna like that show because it made me reminiscent of Girlfriends. And I said, I think I'm gonna like this one. And so I watched it and I was like, I like this show. And I look at all the characters, assessing them, and the first person I connected with was Karen. Because I'm like, she's an entrepreneur, I'm entrepreneur. She about her business, I'm about my business. She got this dude over here who she need to let mine go a long time ago. But I connected with her, and then when things started to change, because people forget it wasn't all this hate for Karen in the beginning. You had the cut Aaron group, and you had the Zarin group. Those who wanted her with ZAC, and those who wanted her with Aaron. Then once Fatima got introduced and things changed, and I get it. Now she a villain. I'm like, you was just riding for sis 4 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden she's that, and I just felt that I never thought it would get as bad as it has for that character. Um, it's disheartening seeing some of the comments that people say about this particular character, and you uphold another one who's just as worse, which I say now she worse. But
And honestly,
so it's always
now that you said it, Ellie, I'm gonna sit with that. I don't know if I can't agree right away, but I'm gonna sit with it because you be saying some stuff, and then I gotta come back and be like, you know what, you was actually right. I think you might be right.
It was just I was like Fatima, and the reason why I say it's worse is because Karen and ZAC has unprotected sex. Yes, it should have never happened. Unfortunately, but fortunately, I guess it created a life. Fatima,
But it's like
you
also the way it
smacked down.
happened. Like it was
No,
very organic and like in the moment. You have been consistently still having unprotected sex with him while putting out all the fires of his life. Girl.
I don't get it. That's why I was like, sis, when did you get pregnant? When? When? You bought that big box of condoms at the end of season 2. Obviously, y'all wasn't using them because you good and pregnant,
You
as
were
you say.
using them
But
as finger
you
puppets.
know,
I've been rewatching Girlfriends and remember when Tony got chlamydia from Dr. Clay and Joe
from
was
that
like,
doctor,
"Don't you use condoms?" And she's like, "What have you been using them as finger puppets?" I'm sorry, y'all. Clearly, I'm in a giggle mood because so much is
And
sick
you
of
have
me.
to. You have to because Tyler Perry stuff will make you upset.
Yes.
It will piss you off.
And then the fans will
Like
come right
literally,
behind the content and then make sure they will get the tap
yeah,
dancing on your nerve. And I am
yeah,
getting to a place
yeah.
where, as a creator, and especially as one that has grown, y'all, we're at 30,000 subscribers. I hit that on
Oh,
Monday.
congrats.
And with the growth, I'm like, Erica, you cannot like. I'm an emotional, very passionate person, a very expressive person naturally. However, I cannot allow weirdos on the internet to affect my emotions in some of the ways that they have. So like
Yeah,
y'all are going to get more laughter out of me before you get me being unhinged. Like I'm going to get unhinged about the storytelling, about the shit I really care about,
correct.
but when you are trapped in your inner child or locked into some type of internalized misogyny, patriarchy, and your pick meism is running rampant, you can have it because I'm just going to laugh at your ass. Because I
Yeah,
don't have that problem. I don't have that disease.
yeah.
I'm good over here. And we
I had that
hydrated.
problem very well. Yeah, I don't.
Why am I so
I don't. You have to be. You have to be. It is a must. I love sarcasm. I'm like, that's what I do. I see some of these comments. I do whatever I'm gonna say. I be sarcastic because I'm like, at the end of the day, honestly, I just believe that for whatever reason, God decided He was gonna use you as a commentary, as a writer, someone in the media to do what you do. And it was so funny because I remember when I used to review Star and my first viral video, I kept seeing people in the comments, it's just a show. Girl, it's just a show, it ain't that deep. It's just a show, it's just a show. And I was like, but why is it that you can have an opinion about the show, but because I'm passionate about the show, you don't like what I'm saying, it's just a show. So I created a podcast called It's Just a Show. Like it's just a show. And I'm like, people resort to that even in the comments when you say something that they can't give a rebuttal to, or when it's like, dang, she kind of is right. But girl, this just the show, and I know that, and I trust me. I understand that it's characters made up in Tyler's mind, but the situations are very real, and I think and I wanted to also tell people it is nothing wrong with you having an emotional connection to this show. It is nothing wrong with you having emotions centered around what you're watching. You should, as a person, you watching something, it should piss you off, make you angry, make you cry, make you feel all gooey on the inside. Those are real emotions, and you should be able to feel those and express those. Like, period. I'm like, ain't nobody, you must be some if you like Karen. I'm like, you have no idea who I am.
Child, you
You,
already know I done got the brunt
I
of
know,
it.
I
I will
know,
never
I know.
forget. I ain't holding on to it. I ain't claiming it. I definitely reject it. But it was I feel bad for whoever impregnates you because you love Karen. I
Yeah,
don't.
that's yeah.
I don't feel bad for him at all because he didn't come up. Okay, I don't feel bad for him at all.
And see and the way my brain work, I would be like, oh, you feel bad for him? Ask your man, do he feel bad? Because don't be pregnant by anybody. It's going, do he feel bad?
Do he feel bad
I didn't think
that he
so.
laying next to this
Do he
low
feel bad?
vibrational raggedy?
Do he feel
We
bad?
could go on. He should feel bad.
Because I guarantee he gonna be feeling something, but bad ain't it? Bad ain't it? But yeah, these people they're just interesting, to say the least. And yeah, child.
Weird, on a very interesting part of their journey, and you can have that because we all are on a journey. I
We
just
all
wish
are
more
on a
people
journey.
online could be more self-aware and just understand when you are at a place that somebody else is at, and when you're not, don't draw so much attention to yourself, baby. You're
Please
embarrassing
don't.
yourself.
You are
You're
embarrassing
showing your lack
yourself.
of lived experiences, your lack of love, your lack of self-respect. Like, that's what you're actually showing.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. And I think it was one comment, and it was under your channel. It was under one of our lives that we did. And this particular person, and it was two people, actually they was agreeing with each other, and they were saying how like we don't like Crystal. And I don't know if you remember this comment, but it was like we don't like Crystal, and because we say stuff about Fatima, and those type of comments always rub me the wrong way, because and I think that's why. And I've had a lot of people ask me about reviewing reality TV, quote unquote reality TV. I don't watch it, so I could never review it. But one of the reasons that deter me away from that is that I can't see myself speaking on a real person and
Mm-hmm.
what they're going through in their life. Now, I listen to reviewers who do it,
Yeah.
but that's not who I am. I'm not wired that
It's
way.
harder for
And
me too.
so,
Like, I shy away from it
yeah,
for that point too, because I'm just like, and I
yeah,
can be very
I can't do
critical,
it.
and I'm like, I only get to see this one part, and I only get this little bit of information.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I can't do it. And I was like, I would never, even if I did watch those shows, I don't think I can review them. But I don't watch reality shows. And I want to make it extremely clear. Um, Simply because I don't like a character has nothing to do with the actual person. I've had people try to ask me how I feel about KJ and Sky's funeral. I mean, Lord, I rebuke that. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. KJ and Sky's wedding. That is rebuked in the name of Jesus.
Yeah,
we rebuke that. But
shout out to their love.
I'm
Congratulations.
Huh?
I said shout out to their love. Congratulations.
And that's all I got to say. I don't have nothing. I don't, because I always think about this too, and I'm very intentional because anybody who has ever communicated with me via DM, I always think about when God elevates me. I don't want nobody to be able to take a screenshot and say, Allie Nick said this about such. Nah, you ain't finna get that out of me. Nope. Congratulations, God bless them.
It's interesting because like what you were
that
saying with those comments, and you actually talk me down because I get with people. I get very active, and I've been trying to reel it in because I'm a little black girl from Northeast Baltimore City. Okay, don't let the articulation fool you. Okay, I'll get active in the comments, and one of the things that really stresses me, well, not stresses me out, but just annoys me so much that it will really trigger me to respond, is the whole, well, you don't like this person. And I remember Allie like literally having a conversation with me about, because the crazy thing is like, y'all don't know who I know. Y'all don't know of these people who are actually like my real friends, who are actually people who are like within my same circle or have mutual friends with, or who I'm around on a regular basis. Like I interact with quite a bit of some of y'all's favorite celebrities just being in LA, being a writer, director, actor, and whether working with people, like I just am very well connected. However, that's not what my platform is about. So like I remember that comment, and like they also made a point of like, you don't like KJ, and it's like, don't get it twisted. And I don't want that same thing either. I don't want nobody running and sending her screenshots, and then now I gotta have a conversation, and I'm getting calls and this and that because I know these people. Like a lot of these people, I literally know them.
Right.
Like no bullshit.
Right.
And, and I don't bring anything up. I don't. That's none of y'all's business. In all honesty, like some of my best friends are on hit shows, and it has nothing to do with the price of tea in China, right? That's like neither here nor there. But people got to be careful about the things that they say. And like for me, just because you can't separate the people don't mean I can't separate the people. One of my best friends, one of my good girlfriends, my good Judy's, couldn't stand her character season 1 of her show. It told her.
You could not.
It told her. And we were going back and forth. But I go to war for her as a person. Nobody finna come for her as a person. That is my, as a person. So yeah, y'all stop embarrassing yourselves in these internet streets and pointing out where your ass is at on your journey. Just
correct.
If you see a gap and you get offended, ask yourself why. That's where your growth is. That's where your healing is. That's where your evolution is. Honestly,
that's the truth.
Not us on the soapbox on Allie's birthday.
Yeah, you know, sometimes we just got it because I think it's good too because I think some people, they don't always see the certain comments that come or the ones that may come to your DM or my DM and making it very clear that sadly, because on the other side of that coin, you have people who don't like the character of Karen so much that they don't like Ebony. And it's like, you don't even know this girl. When they had KJ's bachelor, whatever, the bachelorette party, whatever, where's Ebony? Where's Karen? Where's Karen? Karen doesn't exist. It's Ebony.
That part.
And then the following week, it came out that her mom passed away. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, because I was just riding her the week before. So it's very important that people do understand it on this side. I may not like a character that has absolutely nothing to do with that particular individual, that person, and quiet as kept, I root for everybody on Sistas. If they got a project coming out, I watch it. I try to support them because outside of this show, they really get to show their acting abilities, and they're good, and I enjoy them. And I want people to know that because people can get it twisted at times. I know I come for Andy because she need to be came for. But I love me some KJ. You know
Love
what I'm saying?
KJ
So it's like,
down. KJ beautiful
you know what I'm
ass.
saying?
Love
So I'm
KJ
like,
down. Listen
let's not
here.
do that.
Andy on my nerves, but KJ, that
Correct.
one right there. And specifically with KJ, just how she has navigated the industry, like stuff that people don't even know. Like she's not even super forthcoming about it. Like I admire her for just other things. Can't stand Andy's
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah.
Can't stand her.
Correct.
But KJ,
Correct. Correct.
we do
Correct.
they lie?
Yes. Huh?
When did we? Okay, where we at? Did we talk about everything? Y'all, I did say I wanted to bring y'all up. So if y'all want to add anything, then feel free to
Oh
request
yeah,
or
yeah,
pop
yeah.
into the Discord. I'll see you pop in there, join the live chat waiting room, and we'll bring you in. Um, but
Oh no, I'm not sipping this water. I like mason jars.
me
So
too.
I just pour my water in here.
Me too, cause low key I be thirsty, and I be wanting a big old like. I remember not discover, but basically rediscovering mason jars because I was looking for glasses that were bigger than a standard glass because I got tired of having to keep getting up to get more water or whatever I
Yeah,
had made. And now I use mason jars for every damn thing.
I love them.
Where we at? I
We
am not
talked
looking
about Bryce.
forward to Fatima's life next. I
I'm
feel
not
bad for
either.
her. I am worried for
In
her.
every possible way.
And I don't think that she's going to be happy. Babies are blessings, but I don't think that she's going to be happy.
And quiet as kept, she's not happy now. Since we've already seen 11 episodes after Zatima, she's not happy now. The fact that you have to trust but verify lets me know all I need to know about your dynamic with your baby daddy. Lets me know all I need to know. And then you pulling surveillance to make sure that nothing happened. It says a lot. It definitely says a lot. But I'm not looking forward to it either.
And she's still, like, I don't even know. Honestly, I guess I have to process this, but, like, I want to feel and say that she deserves better. But can I even say that anymore? Because she's choosing what she's
Always
choosing.
been. I knew it was going to be a problem the moment she drove Zach to that hotel that Karen was at. Told him it wasn't over for him. And then proceeded to have sex with him 48 hours later. I knew then. I'm like, something ain't right. Even though she tried to be hard about it, I just knew. I'm like, Fatima, it's like the Steve Urkel effect, wearing her down. And it was kind of, and I think that's always been like, as a woman, my challenge with Fatima, because I'm like, how do I feel sorry for someone that was already presented the information beforehand?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, don't touch that stove, because you touch that stove, you're gonna burn your hand. Then you touch the stove. What you mad at the stove for? You knew it was hot. I told you don't touch it. Like everything was presented, and you still went forth. Like you still went forth with it. So I don't know, and I think I asked you this question offline. I guess I presented to the chat too. When Zach lied to Fatima about Karen coming on to him at the salon, that's what initiated their sexcapade. And I was like, I wonder if Fatima still carries that, and she believes that Karen is always the initiator when it comes to her and Zach. What if she actually knew it wasn't Karen
Hell,
that
these damn
initiated this
fans think it
situation?
is.
And which blows my mind. Did you
I
not
wish
watch the
Karen would
episode?
just let it go. She has been all on him this entire, and I'm just like,
Right, right. Mm-hmm.
I wonder
Yeah.
too. Yeah, Chad. Do y'all think that that's something that's in Karen, in Fatima's mind when it comes to Karen, and thinking that it has literally really been one sided? Now, don't get me wrong. We're not saying that Karen hasn't done what she has done and most recently
Right.
been the aggressor. That
Right.
has definitely happened. We're not negating that. However, it is not as cut and dry and clean as Zach would allow it to be perceived. Do you
Correct.
think that that's something that Fatima's holding with her? PB Law says Fatima is choosing exactly what she wants. Mimi Loves Peace says probably. All right, Mimi, I got you waiting. Let me get you up in here. We gon'
Oh yeah.
Allie, you want to go through the chat? I'm gonna go to a quick little
Yeah.
visual break while I get this reoriented for Mimi to come on. But you guys will still be able to hear us. Extra stuff, and you're already comfortable. So there's not this hoop or hill that you need to the hoop you need to jump over, or the hill that you need to climb to get to the place of vulnerability, to let go of your bravado and your ego, and like let her fully see you. Like, you're fighting Fatima to get to that place that you're already at with Connie. Meanwhile, she has additional drama, so it like almost equally matches of like, okay, you got to deal with her and she got to deal with yours, versus Fatima not really having much of nothing for you to have to unpack and deal with, and she got to come and keep bulldozing all of your shit into y'all duplex. The more I
Yep.
speak on it, I'm like, damn, it's given he needs to be with Connie, a woman that
To
cares for
even.
you deeply, a woman who
Yep.
is invested in you as a person and wants to see you win, doesn't want to just take advantage of you because you got a little bit of money. She understands spirituality to a certain extent. She was speaking about gratitude, and you ain't living the life that you could be living. She not trying to take advantage of you. She ain't go run out all your damn gas when you gave her the car. But she got three
Oh,
kids, and you got two. One on the
and
way. I'm sorry, you got one and one on the way.
you got one in the possible. Okay.
I don't know. The math is starting to
And
math.
it's mathing, and then even he doesn't even operate in bravado when he's around her. He doesn't even display that trait. He's just Zach. You know what I'm saying? Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but the more you talk about it and the more you really examine it, it's like that's your match right there, baby.
Yeah, because I'm just a big advocate now for us not having to subscribe to struggle love. Like, some things, yes, you have to work hard to get, but it shouldn't be every damn thing, and it shouldn't be every part of your relationship.
No, no, struggle love is not it. Struggle love is not it. But no,
And he's already showing like it's not a struggle with Connie. Even when Connie's being inappropriate and blurting out stuff and putting him in compromising positions, he ain't getting angry. He can handle that. Like, he jumps immediately to jealousy with Fatima. He jumps immediately to frustration with Fatima. And it's just like, this don't have to be this hard for you. And clearly there's a level of ease. So like, let's go with the ease. You got plenty of other
yeah,
things that's hard.
absolutely.
Y'all, I got a
So
poll up in the chat of if you guys think that Zach should be Bakani. Go ahead and place a vote so we can see what y'all are thinking as well. We back. Oh, in the
All
audio.
right.
All right, y'all. Thank you for bearing with us. Hey, Mimi loves peace. How are you, honey?
I'm doing well. Can everyone hear me?
I believe
Yeah.
so. Can y'all hear us? Let's double check with the chat. Make sure that you can hear. It's giving you about to drop some heat. So, like, yeah, let's make sure you can
I was
hear.
gonna say, it's so good to put a voice to the name.
Yes.
First and foremost, happy birthday, Allie.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And I'm really nervous, but I just had to get on here um and kind of talk to y'all because I'm just like this second half of season 2 was solid. It wasn't fantastic,
Okay.
but it just I don't like how it ended. I just let me make that clear.
Okay.
I did not like how it ended. I ran it back 5 times to make sure I heard what I thought I heard. I was like, did she say she pregnant? Okay, no, let me 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Okay, did she say she was pregnant? No, no. Let me check one more time. I did that like 5 times. It's like, what? And the whole Bryce thing of it all, like I don't know.
So, what made it solid for you?
Because the pacing, like the quips with the actors, I just felt it wasn't as much. It was the repeated lines, but it wasn't like overt like you was typically see in Sisters or we typically saw in the first half of season 2. Like
Mm-hmm.
season 2B was completely different from 2A. It was like two different shows to me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a hard time, like, I watch Tyler Perry stuff to kind of bond. Like that's something me and my mom watch together,
Mm-hmm.
and how we bond and communicate. Because if it weren't not for that, like I like intelligent shows. Like that's why I love Erica that you cover Harlem. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because like I'm like, give me that, give me an Insecure, or
Yeah.
things like that, because I get irritated.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get really, really irritated, and I try to support Black art, but sometimes I'm like, just because it's out there, it still can be critiqued,
Yeah.
and a lot of times, Erica, you'll be like, don't be hypercritical, don't be too critical of Tyler Perry, but I'm like, nah, like I can't help it because I've seen where he was
Yeah.
and where he has and where he is now, and it's like he has scaled his vision, and it's like, but in terms of like perfecting his craft, like he's has a billionaire, he billionaire status. He made his own table. He is in the industry and is connected to strong directors, strong screenwriters, strong producers, and it's like, while yes, I'm grateful that he is amplifying Black performers and actors, like, what's the problem with amplifying good writers?
Mm-hmm.
Like Issa. Like Issa advocates for like great screenwriters. Like we
Yeah.
wouldn't get Rap-ish if it not for her interns that were writers watching the writers room, and they pitched an idea, and we got Rap-ish now. I
Yeah.
don't watch that, but I'm like, that's the thing, that's what you do with your influence, and that's what you do with your platform.
Yeah.
And I just feel like on the writing side, like he's stagnant,
Yeah.
and
Okay, so let me
it's
real quick. I
insulting.
wanna I wanna clarify. So I am very critical of Tyler when it comes to story and all of that. I think
Yeah,
that on a personal level and then out in the zeitgeist, a lot of people are very critical of him, and I am slower to do that just because he is such a phenom and has. I can only imagine some of the things that he's had to do to make what he has exist. When I
right.
say not to be hypercritical, it's not because I don't want people to be critical, because I'm a very critical person and I'm actually making a lot of peace with that in most recent like weeks. But I also want specifically within his audience, which is us, for us to not feel the need to only blame, point fingers at, or get mad at the art that you're watching, but also for us to audit what does it mean or what is it doing to me? Because you can create something, but that doesn't mean that it identifies with you, or somebody can create something and it could look like you, but that doesn't mean it has anything to do with you. It could be not a representation of you at all. And if I was to really drive home this point, for me, watching how the fandom interacts with Karen just literally is a visual week to week of how unprotected Black women are, of how disrespected we are. And it's because the validation people give is, well, she want to be a trollop and she want to be a thought and she running behind this man and she don't make good decisions and she should have left after this and she did. And it's like, it's all the stuff that your mama did. It's all your stuff, all the stuff that I did. Do we not still deserve love? Do we not still deserve empathy? And it's like, yes, let's critique the media, but also let's critique ourselves and why you can cultivate so much hate for a woman that you're probably sitting next to or sleeping in the house of. Like, that's the part that I feel like we're missing. So maybe it's not articulated well by me, and like, all right, y'all, not too much with the critique when it comes to that, because I feel like not enough people are looking inside. And that's what I hope that y'all get from when I do reviews and why I'm able to add in the personal elements that I do add in, because I am not just looking at this and like, the show is trash. If I still feel like the show is trash or the storyline is trash or this is unplausible, I'm going to say that, and then I'm going to tell you why. And then I might say, and I've experienced this and I've seen this, so this is how I'm actually cultivating that perspective. And most people just stop at a, she's trash, the show is trash, this is, and it's like, it's not even all that. And in all honesty, it's some of the worst things, some of the trash things that other art can build upon, because you can see the errors, you can see the plot holes, you can see the mistakes, and be like, you know what, I ain't gonna do that. Like, when I get this chance, or when I do X, Y, and Z, then I'm going to move this way. So it's mostly for me with that intention, if I can just clarify. I hope I didn't make you lose your point.
No, I understand that wholeheartedly. And like, for me, when I'm watching, like, I know this is a team, but when I'm watching Sisters, I'm looking at the friend dynamic, because, you know, like, don't know much about the relationship side. Like, I identify with the insecurities of Danny and like Sabrina. Like, I feel like I'm a little bit of both of them, you know, and how I show up in my friendships and stuff like that. So I get that. But thank you for clarifying that, because I was like, okay, at some point, like, I was like, something has to be said. And I think that I feel like the fool sometimes. So I'm like, I get upset and annoyed, but I keep watching this.
Yeah.
So I'm the fool.
But me and Allie also feel like that
That's
too.
good though.
And I think that's a great example. Like, the friend dynamic is a very real thing. And I had to like really process my disdain for Andy and her being a terrible friend really comes from me being triggered by having to release an Andy in my life. So week to week watching her do these things, it's almost like I'm watching it play out. And I spent years like making excuses, staying in this toxic space, feeling like I could not shed this person because I've grown up with them. We live next door to each other. She loved me like da, 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 da. Meanwhile, she was destroying my life. Meanwhile, she was destroying my self-worth and my self-esteem. And I think it's just powerful to like say these friend groups are trash. Andy is not a good friend, but also I feel this way because I've actually befriended an Andy. I 6 years ago decided to walk away from an Andy and have never looked back.
Get that. That's kind of like my story too. I would say she made a shift before she became an Andy, a full blown Andy. But it was one of those things where I knew that I was giving more to the friendship than she was. And when I had someone to tell me that, you know what, such and such is not a good friend to you, the fact that other people could recognize it, and I had to deal with the fact that I love this person, and I was somewhat fearful of what my life would look like without them, without having her around. So dealing with those issues of, wait a minute, like you said, I've been there where I didn't want to let the relationship go, and I had to address this person. And once we had a conversation, I started to see a shift. I started to see a change. She began to show up and be there in the times that she needed to show up and be there. So I think that with sisters, and it's like I always say, we need a sister support group because it pisses us off, but yet we tune in every Wednesday and watch it. And I had to get to the place where it is okay to have those emotions though, because great media should do something. It should make you happy, make you cry, make you laugh. Like it should cultivate certain emotions within. And I had to get to a place to be okay with that. And when those things happen, figure out why it made me feel that way. What's the reason that
Especially
made me feel that way?
especially in this day and time that we live in where it almost feels like we're being sterilized and isolated as people, and certain things are being normalized, we're being desensitized to things that would typically cultivate a reaction from us. Like, take pride in your reactions and your feelings that come up from the media that you consume, because this world, this society is literally conspiring to make sure that you don't have these feelings, and when you do, it's only so that they can benefit from it.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real. So jumping back to the team, because that's what we're here for. I I enjoyed the hospital situation because it went to show like Jeremiah, like the actor did a fantastic job. Like,
He
and
did.
like Zachary's like visceral response is like, oh, you just want the money. Oh, you just, I'm like, it shows their disconnect, right? It shows their disconnect, like their, the brokenness in their family dynamic. And I said earlier in the chat, and I was like, it could very well be that Jeremiah turned to drugs to maintain his connection to his mother. You know,
That
like, if this is what I have to do so you
see that.
won't walk away from me, or if I can stay connected to
So I
you.
can be with you.
Because
Oh,
yeah,
that's
because
powerful.
season one, Jeremiah was not portrayed that he was a user. He was the dealer. And somewhere in season two that's changed, but it got me to thinking, like, because of his reactions, like, that's my mama. Like, and that he was saying, like, she's the only person that ever loved me. And it's like, he's the oldest, he's seen more, he had to do more, but he was always the one that was connected to her. So I just felt like he wanted to be connected with her. And he, like, it was sudden. Like, that connection was broken, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
they were getting high together and she didn't make it.
Yeah. That's a powerful perspective, because I think about too, and you think about just the time frame of them being in the therapist office and then her going to the hospital. So you think about this person who's your best friend, this person who means everything to you. You literally just left with them, and in the blink of an eye, they're gone. Like just that, but that's interesting. And I didn't make that connection as far as a possibility of him turning to drugs is to maintain that connectivity to his mother, especially with her at any given moment just deserting them. And if I could do this to keep you around, if I could do this to have your presence, then this is what I'll do. That is really interesting.
Yeah. And so, like,
It's
the
very
last
profound.
thing, oh, sorry.
No, you good.
The last,
You're right.
yeah. And so the last thing, because I want to give people time to talk if they want to, is I just felt overall in this second half that, like, the ball was dropped with the therapy storyline. Like in the society right now, we're trying to, that would have been the perfect opportunity. Again, Tyler using his influence and platform to continue the destigmatization of Black men in therapy. Like, make that could have been some extra scenes. Like you see him going, like you see the desperation, and like he did not do it for the correct purposes in his initial session, right?
Right.
He did it to win, like out of desperation and to get Fatima back. Then there could have very well been another scene with him just by himself and walking through everything with Dr. Reed and just kind of showing that progression over time. Like it was cheapened and it was just a missed opportunity. And then I'm to believe like he's really going when we get in Sister 6A, like he's like, I'm like, I see the change in his demeanor and all this stuff, but it wasn't fleshed out in Zatima.
At
And it's
all.
like, and I was like you, Allie, how's it that he gets to go to therapy and nobody else gets to go to therapy? Like, Danny went through a really bad trauma.
Yeah.
Had an intervention with her friends. And instead of, that would be a perfect character to start with.
Yes, I agree.
And it's and instead you are continuing down the self-medicating coping mechanism storyline. And it's like, sigh. Okay. All right.
He just throws them another man. On Sisters, after they experience something traumatic, just throw a new penis their way and they'll be all right. Like, just throw them that.
And that's
And I
been
was
my
like,
issue for a very long time. Like these men ain't saving none of these aside from Aaron. These men ain't doing they are making it
and,
worse.
and Aaron was
Yes.
just so like, my hopes were so high. Even when he relapsed and all that stuff, even when he relapsed, like the way that the Aaron character has been like assassinated and has been so sad. So sad. And I was like, that's why I was like, this is why you need a writer's room, because you can give each man of like a solid storyline instead of like being like one track mind. I can only deal with these two sets of characters and everybody else goes by the wayside.
Literally.
Agree.
Well,
Wait,
thank
so
y'all
your
so much.
original point was I thought you said that you really enjoyed season 2B.
I did.
Oh.
In comparison to 2A.
Oh,
In
okay, okay.
comparison to 2A,
Gotcha.
I enjoyed 2B.
Gotcha.
Because 2A was a hot mess to me. It made no sense.
It's
2B,
giving the
I was like,
whole
okay, just take a
thing.
look.
The whole thing for
Yeah.
me, but I love it. Thank you so much for your thoughts and for sharing Mimi Loves Peace. I
Yes.
appreciate you
Thank
so much.
y'all.
You so
Thank you.
consistent
And
and active. I love it.
I try to be. Y'all keep the content coming.
We
All right.
got you.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Did it? Okay. Is it swap? Child. Wait, is it thrown off? I think we back. No, it's weird. Don't mind me, y'all. I'm like working out everything. This did we? Okay, there we go. Why did I have to make it smaller? Anywho, hopefully that's better. Wait, I think Edwina, did you just join the text channel? I think you got to join the voice channel. I can't click it because it'll take me out of this. But I see somebody joined. The text channel. Or got active. But if you want to join, there's two links. So there's a link for the direct channel that you can click to go into. But if that link isn't working for you because YouTube is actually shortening it, I don't know why, then you can just come directly into my Discord server and then scroll down to the voice channels and you're going to go into live waiting room. And then from there, I can pull you in if you want to share your thoughts. Mimi Loves Peace making that very profound observation of like Jeremiah potentially turning to drugs as an attempt to stay with his mama got me thinking. How you feeling about that, Allie? think we might have lost Allie for a second, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me do that. Okay. While we wait for Allie to come back in, drop in the chat. Do y'all think that that's something that Jeremiah could be experiencing? And what you're willing to do to like stay close to you, who you feel like is your only ally, your only person in the whole wide world. That really got me thinking. Even though I do think that this not just the second half of the season or season 2 that he's been on drugs, because ZAC did make the statements of he's never really known a time where Jeremiah was not high. But even if we take it all the way back, right, to their childhood, and if this was again something that Jeremiah chose to do so that he could be with his mom when she kept leaving, and then we have the calls to, you know, the we have the call to the little VHS moment to point that out, and it's like, okay, well, he had a very real concern. Allie, what you think about that? That Jeremiah could be on drugs to stay close to his mama.
That hit me. That hit me because I think that's legit. It's a legitimate reason. And the more I think about Jeremiah, and like I was saying, I couldn't imagine like what it feels like to be alone or possess that particular feeling. And then I'm thinking the childhood trauma of your mother leaving you and never wanting to experience that again. So doing whatever you feel is necessary to keep her around. So if my mother is on drugs, I can't be like ZAC and provide her money to go get it. Or with the little bit I can get, this is something that we can do together. So I'm not opposed to that. Like I think that could be a real legitimate reason as to why he even went that way or chose that addiction.
Yeah.
Because it really seems that Jeremiah had a greater connection to his mom than ZAC did.
I can see that. Hey, Edwina, you figured it out, boo? Oh, wait, do we got you on your audio? You in here? Edwina, you live with us, honey?
Edwina, you does this?
She said in the chat, I definitely have some sympathy for Jeremiah because he's had to endure that pain just like ZAC. I feel like he took drugs as a way to make sure she's safe in a weird way. Yeah, even that. That's another additional layer.
Yeah.
She can get it from him instead of from somebody else, and he can make sure it's good. Yeah. Even that. What if he's taking it to make sure that it was nothing wrong with it? The layers.
The layers, man.
The layers. Edwina, you still with us, boo? You done made it in here, honey. You gotta unmute yourself. Anything else we missed, Allie, from the 2 episodes? We talked about Bryce. We talked about Angela, Nate, Tony. We didn't see no Belinda in the last 2 episodes.
No Belinda. I didn't miss her.
Yeah. Me neither. Do we think that we are... Yeah. Do we think that we're seeing Connie again?
I want to.
Me too.
I want to. And it's interesting because I'm finding her and Jeremiah more interesting than ZAC and Fatima. Like, I'm finding them more interesting because there are so many I think because we've seen, like, as you said, like, so one dimensional of these characters, that looking the short amount of time we've been introduced to Connie and Jeremiah, we have seen them transform to people that we had not been introduced to. Because for so long we got this one mode of Connie, and then when things got real, she got real. We saw this one dimensional person of Jeremiah, and then the same thing, when things got real, he got real. Just his need of affection, coming from Fatima, he apologized. Just having that. I'm more interested in their story.
Yeah, that's real.
I really am. I do hope, but I do hope we see her again. I do.
But it felt like to me in episode 20, it felt like almost like the putting to bed of so many things. Like Jeremiah,
It
like, come
did.
get this because I'm not gonna be here. And I'm like, where you gonna
Yeah.
be? What you finna do?
Like, where you going?
Right.
With what money?
Um
What money do you
and then
have?
even the whole Connie thing is like you get the little inkling of residual whatever with Fatima because he hugged her, but she still had a very real full circle moment and was able to chat and
Mm-hmm.
share about Miss Gladys. Uh
Yeah,
so it felt like the wrapping up of a lot when it comes to the
it did.
project people.
It did. Or have we wrapped up Zatima?
Mm.
I wondered that too. The way it ended, I was like, is this the end of Zatima?
Okay,
Maybe
so
not, but it felt very final though.
it did. It did feel like it was ending in a really good place. Not necessarily a good place because I think it was a fucking train wreck. If I'm gonna be honest,
Yeah, I know.
but
I know.
it ended in a place that felt like it was coming to a finalization. Whereas season one, it left at a place of like, oh wait, now we gotta keep watching.
Right.
I have not brought this up. I don't think I brought this up to you, but let me know if I'm wrong. Right?
Okay.
Do we think any other characters can sustain a spinoff now that we've seen what Zatima has come and become?
Pray no one else gets one. I don't mean this for
Really?
them for work. The only other characters, I know people are gonna be like, I know she was gonna say that. Listen, the only other characters I believe that can have a spinoff that would be worth watching is Karen and Aaron.
I want that so bad.
That is
Like, if
the
I had
only
to
one.
suffer through these 15 hours of these two seasons that's helter skelter all over the place, and it has some good moments, but not enough for the amount of content that we consume. It was not enough cohesiveness. It did not do what it could have done, right? Give Ebony, give Ebony a chance, baby. Because I
Yes.
promise you, give Ebony a chance at 10 episodes each season.
Give her, and I guarantee her acting ain't gonna be no hit or miss. It'll always hit.
It's going to always
It's
hit.
gonna always hit. It's gonna always hit. But she's,
I could
and
see
then,
it. Like, I could
I,
vibe with it. Like,
yeah,
I could see myself even, like, even with Tyler writing it, right? I could see myself arriving at the end of it not feeling like, yeah, I ain't watching this no more. Like I'm at with Zatima.
yeah.
How
There's
y'all
so
feel?
many. There's so many. Oh yeah, how y'all feel about that? Somebody said they would. PB Law said they would. Tyler would never give any other character that pleasure. DNC Greatness said most definitely. I think Aaron could definitely do a spinoff. Ebony and Kevin would slay.
They really would. They really would. But I guess she can't actually do a spinoff because Sisters is her show. When it's not Zach and them,
I
it is
mean,
Karen's
yeah,
show.
I mean,
I don't make the
you're not
rules.
lying. You're not lying. You're not lying. But that would be such a great way I would to even dive into. I honestly wouldn't want Tyler to write it though. This personally.
Yeah.
To dive into Kevin, to dive into Aaron's background a little bit, like even seeing him at church, seeing the conflict that he has with trying to build his life with Karen and then being a part of the ministry, how that affects him. Is he trying to remain abstinent? Is he still trying to have sex with her? Like, how would that work? Um, Even his home life, his parents, what his mom would think, since he's actually brought his mom up in conversation. Like, how does she feel about this? And even if he try to get back in the kid's life, how does that look with Karen? Like, there are so many, but that just might be a done deal because I don't know what I could do with your son trying to take me out. We ain't gonna have too many words, but I think that would be beautiful to watch.
Uh-huh.
It really would. I think even seeing Karen go back to that place that we saw in season 2 where she was so open to the possibility of her and Aaron,
Mm.
and seeing how that folds with, him caring for her as a pregnant woman.
Mm.
I would so love to see that. So love to see that.
Well, we got
I would.
an OG up in the place, subbing.
Okay.
Um, hey, boo. What is up, Christina girl? We missed you last week, I think. You there, honey? Maybe she stepped away. But
Make sure
yeah,
you unmute it.
I can girl, like while I'm sitting there listening to you talk about the possibilities and people dropping in the chat the possibilities, there's so many things percolating in my brain. I would write the out of that. I would write the out of it.
I want to see it. I
I
mean, why not?
definitely, they could definitely sustain a show on their own.
Absolutely. Why not? I mean, and I don't mean this as a diss, but if you would give DeVal and Crystal their own show, Ebony and Kevin, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Christina Boo,
I
you're
want to see
live
it.
with us. Are you there? Why do you think that Pam said Zach Aaron? Zarin. I'm still waiting on one of these Fatima fans to tell me what Fatima gets out of that relationship other than sex. She gets the father of her child.
A baby now, the third baby mama. That's just my baby mama. You know, that's what she get.
I can't pitch it. Low key, I basically just did, but we in a strike, so technically I can't pitch it. I need to hit at one of my friends that's on these Tyler Perry shows. Like, listen, what do I gotta do to slide
I
Tyler some ideas
mean,
after the strike is over? Of course, after the strike is over,
and all the people who saying they wouldn't watch it, that you would,
they will be sad. The
you
same way
would.
that you hate Watch Me, you will be watching that.
Okay.
Something wrong with the chat, Azwina? Um, I would watch Karen as a single mom, getting back out there and making new friends. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, we need to build some more like support and even for Aaron, I would like Paris to be on the show since they already have that connection of playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I would like who do you hang around?
Yep,
I would like to see that.
I can agree.
Do you think Aaron is one of the ones that's leaving? This I wonder if you heard about this too, Erica, because I heard that Trinity won't be in season 7.
Good. He ain't doing nothing.
I mean, I'm not mad about it. Um, I I haven't heard that Aaron is the character. Aaron is going to be leaving. He's going to be on in season 7, but I've just heard Trinity's not going to be on there, which I'm not crying no tears. Love you, Trinity, but what's his name? I can't even think of the darn character name right now. Danny and Preston. Preston could have went 2 seasons ago, to be honest. You don't like Aaron Sweet K5? That's
It's no shade to like Trinity at all, but I'm like, does Tyler just not know
no
what to do with him? Because Rodeo been doing the same thing for the last 4 seasons.
the same thing. That's why I can't. That's the same thing. Danny, I just want to love you. I feel like I'm watching Forrest Gump. Like you can't still be on this. You don't really know what to do, and that's not like. Come on, Preston.
Yeah.
High key, Preston ain't that far removed from ZAC with that emotional manipulation. He'll do it quick, fast, and in a hurry. I don't like that. I don't like that about him. You got your. I feel like you got your
him
cousin
supposed to
picture.
be a white man. So some of that is coming
Huh?
from that. I feel like some of that is like not that it's that it makes a difference because it's not intentional, but because he's playing a white man, I feel like they just move through life with little regard. You know what I'm saying? Like he's playing a
Yeah.
cis-head white man. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
as much emotional manipulation as like as it is. The world is how I say it is, or at least it should be, and like that error that they have.
They were told 3 weeks prior to filming that the characters weren't coming back. Eee.
Really?
You heard about that, Erica?
I didn't. Where y'all hearing this from? I be
I'd be
in the
so out the
cocoon,
loop,
baby.
girl. I'd be so out the loop.
I stay out the
This
way
some
and
tea
out
here
the
though.
mess.
This some hot tea right here though.
Wait, where did y'all
That
hear it?
is
And what's
so
everything
interesting.
that y'all heard?
Oh, who did y'all hear was leaving? I know for sure I heard about. Well, I was told that Preston wasn't going to be on the show anymore. Oh, the Val and Kadeen podcast. You know what? People were saying they were surprised that DeVal was talking about that. I did hear that. I thought it was a rumor.
I don't listen to their podcast. So which episode? The
I
most
don't
recent
either.
one? So now I gotta go listen to
DeVal
that.
said they didn't even tell them. They found out by reading the script. Well, I mean, honestly, that's how a lot of actors find out they gonna be off the show.
Well, I mean, if
Or
they
they
got
get killed
scripts, then
off.
they gonna be in the show. They just not gonna they being demoted, I guess. So they gonna be in season 7. They just won't be who they are now. And why in the hell? If we get anybody up out of there, why are we not getting Cheeto up out of there? And Cheeto, you already got other checks. You've been on other stuff. I seen you. You was in Top Gun Maverick, I believe. So you don't need this check no more. Bye-bye, Gary. Bye-bye.
I think they're saying that the characters who are on the show didn't know the other characters weren't going to be on the show until they read the script. Yeah. Oh, Adrena said she posted it on Twitter and it went viral. Said Trinity is definitely one of them, but it's supposed to be others.
Well, I mean, they also are not. Well, I was about to say they're not positioned close to ZAC because it's ZAC and them. So we know ZAC is staying, but then Rodeo is supposed to be one of ZAC's friends, but I guess he's just not close enough to be kept.
Close enough.
I mean, honestly,
you gotta have
they do kind of need a refresh. Like, they need a refresh because what they're doing with these men are very stale.
Yeah.
So I really can't blame him. Like, when you think about Rodeo, when you think about Calvin,
I wouldn't be surprised if he
Be
going to.
inconsequential.
They gonna keep Aaron around because he's
Aaron better.
a conflict.
We gonna ride at dawn for Aaron, cause he gonna get his justice
But
when he get up out of there.
he's a constant conflict for ZAC, so he ain't going nowhere.
And even still, like we gonna, if we getting ready to make it space, bring Paul ass over to the sister side of things.
That would be so. What if? Now I'm being messy. I ain't
What
gonna
if
say
Paul
that.
tried to holler at one of the other girls?
Karen.
This is why we see each other, friend. What's better than one emotionally intelligent, self-aware, healed black man? Two.
Baby, that would be
Karen
something.
could be like, catch him in this Pokemon. Gotta catch them all. What you talking about?
That's hilarious.
Tyler, when this strike is over, tap me in. Because it's justice for Karen Mott over here. And we got ideas.
Please.
Christy said, for real, don't let Paul fall by the wayside.
Okay. Bring him over to sisters.
Christina, Edwina, do y'all want to try again as we get ready to close out? I'm so sorry. I don't know what was going on. Do you think that Aaron is one of the ones leaving? He better not be. Now I gotta go listen to this podcast. I literally do not be having my ear to the street enough. I be in my own dang on world. Q better be one of the ones that's going. Right. Like, there's so many people that you could get rid of. Ain't nobody stunting these men leaving. As long as they the right ones. DNC Greatness says Karen can play around if she wants, but all I know is she don't end up with Karen. If she don't end up with Aaron Harper Carter, his middle name was revealed season 1, it's gonna be some damn problems for me.
Come on now.
Well,
PB Law said Q better be one of the ones going. I'm sick of his ass.
Period.
Okay.
Period.
Q and Kevin. Kevin who? Them?
Aaron must.
Oh, Calvin. You saying Calvin? You saying Calvin?
Calvin. Now we'll watch Messi and all bring Paul. Oh, we ain't. Not us trying to terrorize Zach. Talk about bring Paul. Where Paul at? Bring him out. I love it.
It's hard to get with the barrels in your mouth, Swizzy. DeVal said that, and he said the new writer is changing things. Well, praise all be to God. It's about time.
Hey y'all, I think that the new writer is getting Karen out because she's not gonna be with the girls when they go out. I keep saying I need time to myself. I don't think that she's getting written off the show though, and I actually love this for her. I love this for her. I love her not being in the mix. I love her creating a little bit of distance and getting a little bit of separation from these goofy ass girls. Sabrina can come to brunch on the Sundays, but everybody else, leave her the hell alone.
Yes.
I actually really love this idea. So that, you know what? If Karen pulls herself out the mix, none of y'all can blame her. None of y'all can criticize her for the trifling shit that's happening in y'all's life. Because when she comes and calls a thing, then you want to co-op and scapegoat her as the problem when you are literally your own damn problem.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get you some isolation, honey. You deserved it. You needed a vacation.
Oh, you saying Logan need to go? Logan just... And you know what's so interesting? That's one of the storylines that I'm actually excited to see. Why the hell is he so fascinated with blaming Sabrina? What have we not been told? That is one storyline, and I try not to get excited because Tyler always disappoints me.
Yeah.
But I am interested in that storyline, though. I am interested in that.
Well, hopefully he can pique my interest because I'm over Logan. At this point, I really don't give a damn why. But if you're going to tell us, you better make it good. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
It better be good because why you come up with like I said, Sabrina needs a vacation. She done been through enough. cut my sis hair out.
Literally, it's time to swap best friends. Sabrina and Karen, y'all need to spend more time together. Girls trip.
That
Leave Goofy and
we
Goofier
hear.
alone to their
We
own damn
hear.
goofy ass devices.
Because you know what? Quiet is kept. The friendship between Karen and Sabrina is one I've always rooted for. Because Tyler has dropped little nuggets to let me know that they have private conversations that Danny and Andy are not privy to. And I love how Sabrina and Karen communicate because there is a softness there that I want to, I hope that that is definitely brought to the forefront because I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
I agree. Well, if nobody else wants to also chime in, Ellie, is there anything else that we need to go ahead and make sure we make plain and clear before we get up out of here?
I'm ready for October 18th. I think that's the date. That Sisters come back. I'm glad that we getting a little break. That Zatima is over. I'm gonna be coming out with probably about two. Oh, I ain't gonna give a number, but up until the 18th, I'm gonna be answering questions that have been sent to me concerning Sisters, but I'm gonna make them in video format. So that's what I'll be working on. So y'all look out for that. But for the episode, I think we touched on everything.
I love it. Be on the lookout for Allie's breakdowns, but also give her a little bit of grace because it's her birthday. She finna turn up and have a good time and celebrate herself as she should.
Absolutely.
As should.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We appreciate y'all kicking it with us, chatting with us, vibing with us. This has been real. I guess our Sisters Keepers gonna go on a little bit of a break or hiatus, and we'll see. We'll see if we come up with something right before the premiere in preparation.
That'll be good. Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah.
We'll keep y'all posted, but you gotta be subscribed, okay, to both channels.
Yeah.
So that you can
y'all
stay
subscribe
up to
the
date.
channels.
Okay.
Subscribe to the channel.
We love you guys. Yes. Have a great rest of your week.
Yes, we do.
Happy birthday again to Ellie, Nick.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
And we're going to see y'all in the comment section.
Yes, we are.
Good night, y'all.
Y'all have a good one.
Extra stuff and you're already comfortable, so there's not this hoop or hill that you need to jump over, or the hill that you need to climb to get to the place of vulnerability, to let go of your bravado and your ego and like let her fully see you. Like you're fighting Fatima to get to that place that you're already at with Connie. Meanwhile, she has additional drama, so